In the shadow of the night, Ankh on the creep, raising up the titans, watch the fallen gods weep. From Baltimore streets to the Florida shores, Jehovah, hold and feel the wrath as it roars. No more rules, it's time to break. Killer army rise and make no mistake. All gods must die, hear the echoes cry. From the heavens to the ground, see them fall and die. All gods must die, no more alibis. Odin, Buddha, Allah, they all say goodbye. Zeus, on the throne, but he's losing his life. He's ready for the fight. Open your best run, we here for debate. All the deities trembling, feeling the weight, step aside, make way for the real. All gods must die, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. Hey. All gods must die, hear the echoes cry. From the heavens to the ground, see them fall and die. All gods must die, no more alibis. All gods must die, no more alibis. They all say goodbye. All could have gone killer, now time to fly. The world's ours now, hear the last goodbye.
Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. God killing the house, man. And I come to do what I got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. Standing tall, standing strong. Hey, Bobby banging this bitch. What's good, family? Man, we got a good one. We got a good one, man. Man, shout out to all the people that's real, man, and all the people that's studying science, and then all the supporters, man. Appreciate you, man. We're going to make sure we keep this thing going. Told you we was going to be live a lot, and that's exactly what we're doing, man. So we're in here strapping. I had that conversation with Ron Dolton. He's a dedicated Hebrew pseudo for sure. Y'all can also check out that little back and forth that me and Sabir Bey had. He thought it was 2015 when he was talking to Sarah Stupicetti. He thought, no, we're not doing that. So, you know, I don't got nothing negative to say about him, but except he teaches a pseudo history and bring up pseudo books and try to overwhelm me with the pseudo package. And that's okay. We all have those pseudo beginnings. So we ain't tripping off the pseudo beginnings. No, we not. We ain't tripping. We ain't set tripping. How they say, we ain't set tripping. Nah, we keeping it real cool and real fly. So, you know, today, like I said, we're going to play a conversation, man. Let me see what's up. Okay, I got Cedric. Man, that's a pseudo killer official right there, man. All right, appreciate you coming through first in there. Brooklyn D. I see you, man. Brooklyn D. Brooklyn. Hold on.
Brooklyn, and he has the green glow. He has the green glow. Yeah, man.
Appreciate that support, man. Y'all can go ahead and become a member of the channel for $2.99 or something like that. We're gonna have another tier. We got some videos we're gonna be putting on that, man. I appreciate everybody, man. Big up the pumpkin, right? Over there on TikTok. Yo, I appreciate the way she stood up for me, man. I'm gonna make sure I go over there. On TikTok, they're gonna start calling me Bobby Banger, the rage beta. Yeah, I'm a rage beta over there. That's the only way you can handle them. You got to rage bait them. You got to put them in a state of rage. Because boy, there's a lot of ignorance over there for real. Top-notch ignoramuses. Man, boy, ask you questions like me whoppings for an hour and a half, and as soon as you start asking them questions, and all of a sudden he's rage bait, he's been funny. I'm not being funny. Y'all just gave me an hour and a half of how I'm dealing with white people this and the white people science and the white people this. Then when I start the white people thing and wonder why you use the white people thing, then I'm rage baiting. Well, go, God damn it, call me the old man rage baiter, because I can rage bait the best. Absolutely, that's what I'm doing. So if you out there talking about the white man this and the white man that and Unc, you doing this, I'm gonna make sure you standing in the middle of nowhere with nothing white around you. Don't you dare ride the white man's car. Don't be going down 95 or 85 at 80 miles an hour and step on the white man's brakes, because they use white man brake fluid and white man brake pads with white man design of the car. Don't you do it. Good rubber. White man deducted daggone rubber out of Africa. Damn, they killed half of the people trying to do it in the Congo. The white man that did that. So don't you dare use any rubber products. Put down your glasses, your cups, with all rubber products. Lord knows don't use no oil. And don't you use the white man's gas. Because those refineries were put together by the white man's steel and the white man's oil rigs. And Lord knows, don't get a snack in the middle of the night or the beginning in the morning. You know that breakfast you get? That final FDA approved. Right in the refrigerator. You let your kid walk right by it. Let him get you the refrigerator and he open it up and it's FDA approved. You can read it on the packaging. It's the white man FDA. And I know you ain't going to touch the white man's vaccines, you know. Very interesting. White man science. Craziest thing ever, y'all. Like African Americans and indigenous Africans don't participate in science. Like these people is mad. So I'm the ultimate rage beta. Absolutely, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate the crowd, man. There's some people there. Port City, African City Consciousness, man. What's good with you, Port City, man? My main man. Appreciate you all day, every day. Yeah, y'all crazy. The pseudo adjustment, bro. Get out of here with that. Hey, so man, listen, man. This is a good one right here, though. That's what I'm trying to find out. This is what I just can't understand about African Americans. First of all, you got a group of African Americans that's in purgatory. They're in between. They would act like they don't believe in the three religions, right? But they're afraid not to believe. So they're in that middle spot, tethering back and forth. Boom, 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 boom. I say they're in purgatory, suffering. Yeah, absolutely. They're absolutely suffering because they don't believe in Christianity, Islam, Judaism, but they want to read their book and make their book have some type of knowledge and wisdom in it. Well, I find that to be real, real interesting right there. Yeah, they give you the cosmic God, but not Yahweh or Allah, but the cosmic God, right? And then it will assign special powers to the biblical text, divinity here and divinity there. We had one of them on the pseudo killer show the other day. Go back and check out that show. All right. So I just find that to be very, very interesting. So they tethering somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the far distant stars stuck in between. Yeah, that's you. That's right. So they switch it to the high power. Don't say high power around me. The Most High, or they hit you with the Most High, because the Most High is in the Bible, El Elyon, or Elyon, El, the Most High El. It's right there in the text. But they're in the middle somewhere, and nobody wants to be an atheist or a non-believer because that's not what black people do. Craziest thing ever. That's definitely based off of the fact that you put more stock in the colonized religion, because that colonized you. That was part of the cultivation or cultivating process. Okay, that was part of the teaching. Put you in a good old Christian state of mind. So there's those African Americans that's in the middle, and then there's African Americans that's outright Christians. That I will never understand, because if you truly understand your history, then you know how you got Christianity. And we ain't talking about the slick African Americans that's tethering somewhere in the middle and think they are Hebrew Israelite. Yeah, because they want to become the thing, right? So I guess it's three categories. The one category is stuck in the middle, right? Claiming they don't believe, but yet they do believe. Craziest thing ever. There's another group who straight Christians or straight Muslims or you know what I'm saying? They just straight that. Right. And then there's a group that actually think they the original, they the ones, they the Jesus Christ, they the Hebrews. That's when it gets real super pseudo and foolery. All that pseudo scientific history right there. Three groups of African Americans that are wild. Now, what is the wildest group? I think they all there. I think they all wild. But what I cannot understand is, how can an African American who recognize that Christianity was the colonizing force on planet Earth? We talk about the age of discovery. Europeans went out. They drew lines down the map, the demarcation line. Remember that? Right? Spain had one side and Portuguese had the other. Right? I believe Portuguese had Africa and Spain had the Americas. Right? They had what you call the dumb diverses. Okay? If you discover a land, how you going to discover a place full of people, whatever? And they do not have a Christian monarch, you can enslave the inhabitants and bring them to Christ. We're going to save their souls. There's their word, souls. Craziest thing ever. The Papist bulls. The popes wrote these things. The dumb diverses. Look it up. So we know for a fact that Christianity, and I'm not the people that practice Christianity, not Christianity itself, right? But the people that practice Christianity, that was Christians, right? They, based off of their rendering of the text, claim that they can enslave the inhabitants and take their land if they don't believe in Jesus Christ. I never understood why African Americans who truly know that they came over here by way of the Mayflower or by way of the slave ships, why they would be that. That's the one thing that couldn't get out of my, even when I was young, I used to say, hey, man, we need to thank the white people, because without the white people, we would not know Jesus Christ. And she would just bust out laughing because she knew it was truth in that statement. I didn't have the historical accuracy at that time. I didn't have all that, right? But I knew it was just a wild idea. So I will never understand why African Americans will promote Christianity or Islam, because that also was a enslaving force, the colonization by the Muslims. So that thing right there, I can't get. And it's the white man's religion because it's the Catholic Church that canonized those damn books. What I mean, they put the damn thing together. Wasn't no damn Bible yet before the Catholic Church. Now there was the different literature that would go into the rendering of the Bible. The Bible simply means a little book. The book. It wasn't no one book. All right. You have the Torah. All right. The first 5 books of Moses, or the Torah, the Hebrews. Okay. But that Bible, they put it together, not in the Nicene Council at 325, the first one, no. That there, they was trying to figure out the divinity of Christ. The wildest thing ever. So God didn't tell them what the divinity was? Man, could have told, hey, man, look, this man is God. No, they argued over it. Okay? They argue over that. One group said that Jesus was created. The other group said he never was created. He was there in the beginning. Both of them said they was there in the beginning. One said, Arius said he was there in the beginning, but he was created by God. The other half say, no, he wasn't. Constantine saying he was never created, and he was there in the beginning with God as God. So they both thought he was God, but one said he was created. So there's God first, then the Son. They anathemized his ass. Arius got him up out of there, threw him out. You're done. You're done, son. It's right there in the Nicene Creed, right there, right in front of your face. That's where they put together their doctrine. This is the Catholic Church, man. So the Catholic Church was part of the primary financiers of putting together the biblical text over time. They canonized the damn thing, and they white people. That's why I say the Bible is white people. And then you'll get people like Vince Bantu to say, no, it's an ancient Christianity. I'm saying that my great-grandmother and all the people that was enslaved, and even the people that was goddamn enslaved, didn't know nothing about no damn ancient Christianity. All right? They was reading the 1611 version, King James, and the King's English. So don't nobody know about no daggone. I'm saying with my great-grandmother and my great-great-granddaddy, and his fathers and them, I'm saying the Christianity they learned was the white man's religion put together by the damn Catholic Church, colonized by colonial powers, taken around the world when they get their intercontinental ships. Now, that I will never understand. Why African Americans do such. Like their divinity is tied to the Bible or something. Like they don't have no spirituality. That's a Christian word anyway. But I assure you that African Americans come from a population of Africans that didn't or weren't part of the largest forced migration. I guarantee you that they had a cultural social system that deified nature or deified deities or deified humans and had gods and goddesses or Eloi or whatever you want to call them prior to Islam, Christianity, or Judaism. And no, Africans from Africa do not come from the goddamn Garden of Eden. And that is not even hard for the average Christian to comprehend. You can comprehend that coming from the Garden of Eden is a social cultural understanding by people in Judea and Palestine. It's not the only creation story, and it sure as hell ain't the first creation story. It's another thing I don't understand about African Americans. Do you really think you come from the Garden of Eden? So there's a lot of things I don't understand. I don't understand how people who claim to be liberated based off this newfound knowledge will deny Charles Darwin after saying, and I go with the rage baiting thing. You don't say out your mouth that we the first to walk upright. Our homeland, we come from Africa. Our ancestors come from Africa. Then I say Charles Darwin, you say, we don't believe in that monkey shit. Wait a minute. Do you not know that Charles Darwin was one of the first people to purport that humanity started in Africa? So the outer Africa theory is actually an idea started by Charles Darwin. He's the first person to do that, and it was based off of the fossil finds that he found. Well, I tell you, y'all ain't reading nothing as you. My crowd is, though. So don't be around me and say, we come from Africa, we the oldest on planet Earth, we predate white, we do that, and then deny Charles Darwin. It is bananas. I was on there talking to Sabir Bey on Sign Letters, and this man, him and his ghetto, whoever got to talking about National Geographic. I was like, dog, don't use National Geographic, because National Geographic agrees with science. They're pro-science magazine, National Geographic. Being anti-evolution, you're actually being anti-biology, because Charles Darwin theory is the foundation of evolutionary biology. I said it, the foundation. And Charles Darwin is the foundation of evolution. He's the one that identifies the mechanisms. He's the one that identified that humans, based off of ancient finds, anthropoid apes, that this must be the relatives of humans, and this must be the birthplace of humanity. During that time period, if you was under colonial yoke, no matter where you was in the world, if you was colonized, you actually thought that you came from the Garden of Eden. That's what they thought. It's kind of hard to think that everybody thought they came from the Garden of Eden. Well, then you got some indigenous people in Australia, right? Those tribes that had not been colonized mentally, socially, and dare I say, spiritually, followed their own creation stories. South America, they had their own creation stories. We're talking about the 1800s now. And indigenous people in Africa had their own, creation story if they wasn't colonized and made to be Christians, Muslims, or Jews. Right? Man, it wasn't no other options. See, now we got options. So that's another thing I don't understand. That we got options and y'all still think we came from the Garden of Eden. What in the hell is going on? So even if you're a Muslim, Christian, or Jew, as an African American man, you have to concede that point. Fear of ignorance permeates through the community. Fear. You're afraid that if you say that, man, we actually don't come from the Garden of Eden, then you may become a person that don't believe that shit. Talking about the biblical traditions, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, the Qurans. Fear, scared that you might learn something, might push you a little bit closer. Those that stuck in the middle, big up the Juju. Pseudo killer official. Big up to Professor Dave. We gonna be in New York looking at Professor Dave in that debate. Yes, sir. I already sent the email out to him. They did. He'll be expecting us. Anyway, back to the Garden of Eden and how humanity actually thought that we came from the Garden of Eden. If you was under the yoke of colonialism, I don't want to say everybody, but you even thought we came from an anthill, for some birds that pooped and germinated something. Seriously, the ravens, all kind of stories. Yeah, the great owl, the water, the Greek stories. You thought, yeah, you was all there. Wasn't given a biological, and then when they was trying to get into the biological origins, it was 30 races, 20 races, 15 races. They settled on 5 races. I always mess this up. Negroid, Caucasoid, Mongoloid, Oceania, I got it, and Native American. That's the 5 races. That's it. Mongoloid, Caucasoid, I'm gonna mess it up. Mongoloid, Caucasoid, Negroid, Oceania, and Native American. Yeah. Settled on 5. Still wrong. Went through the whole pseudo-scientific scientific racism and trying to figure it out. Did all that. It was wrong. And now today, African Americans promote the wrong shit. Oh, we don't come from Africa. That's the white man stuff. Crazy. Now y'all promoting the wrong thing. Robin Walker, pseudo, dedicated pseudo. I gotta say it. I'm gonna say it. I gotta say it. Where are my brothers from the pond, yo? I appreciate the brothers from the pond, yo. Across the pond, across the great water. Appreciate y'all. Y'all got to get a hold of that, though. I'm kind of transitioning now. I'm calling out people. Robin Walker, Anthony Broder. And I like Anthony Broder. Matter of fact, Dr. Oyama just got back from going across the pond. What's going on, Chilembe? Pseudo killer, official, warrior style. Anthony Broder is one of the first African Americans that's been on an archaeological dig for years, at least 12, 10 years. Brought money to the table, all that. Now, it's not his dig, okay? Forget the lady dig, it is. European lady, that doesn't actually matter. What really matters is that he has been on that archaeological dig, helped raise money. The money went to where the hell it's supposed to go to. That's an admirable human being right there. But what I don't like about it is he messed it all up. Man, Anthony Broder, knock it off, bro. Do I want to play that video before I get to the video? I'm going to blame Joe for this. I think I want to play the video before I play the video to get into what I really, let me see. Let me see. Can I find it? I think I can find it. Let me tell you why I'm mad at Anthony Broder, even though he is definitely one of the first African Americans to be on the dig. He definitely took donations. He did the right thing with the donations, right? Yeah, he called Egyptians black, but I'm gonna give him a pass because his work in archaeology has been it's a learning curve, and he learned it, and you know that's how Europeans get on. They work beside somebody just like Anthony Broder did, and they shoot up, take off from there, yo. All right, so let me see this real quick. Let me get right here. I think I got it. Let me see. Let me see. Oh shoot. Oh man, hold on. This is funny. See if I can get it. Hold on. I can dig it out the crates. I'm going back into the crates. No, not that one. Oh shoot, it's gone. Not that one. Where is it? Damn. What show is this man on, yo? Oh, I know what show he was on. Shit. Shoot. He was on the show, man. Shit. Find the latest. No. On that crazy channel, yo. Happened outside of Africa, dark skin. Hold on. Hold group race. Fine group. And mix. Hold on. Damn. This ain't it, yo. God damn. That ain't it. Man, that Trill Black, yo. They had them on the channel, yo. Hold on, yo. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna find that, bro. Yeah, he be messing it up. Man, let me see. I would like to play his own words. You know what? Y'all just gonna have to take my word for it. Hell. Stop. Don't. Please. Okay, Juju. This is what Anthony Broder said. Now, mind you, he's on an archaeological dig. he has outdone the majority of African Americans. Now he got a chance to really get in and really get that knowledge and wisdom he gonna need, right, to continue to mess with them digs. Like, I'm big on that. That's serious. Instead of him coming out of that with like a serious skill set, right? He been on the dig so long that he could actually get his doctorate in that shit, yo. Because they do that. That's how they move you along. They're fast pace you. If you're working along a doctor and you got your master's, right? You can get that doctorate in archaeology because you're in the field. This man said out of his mouth that the way he was able to find things on that dig was that the ancestors talked to him.
Anthony, we're here. Dig a little to the left, go up 2 paces, and dig down 10 feet, and my tomb is here. Dig me up so that I can be in a white man's museum.
Man, so he said that the ancestors called on him and helped them find the daggone great. Do you know you in Egypt? The most important thing that these Africans fought for was they damn afterlife. Don't disturb the tools. So he was lying about the ancestors talk to him because them ancestors don't want to get found. Why? Because it disturbs, they travel to the afterlife. So I can see one of them pharaohs, they on this way. They've been waiting for 2,500 years making that trip, getting to the afterlife. And this man dig their ass up and pull them right back to earth and put them in a white man museum looking like this. Craziest thing ever. The ancestors couldn't have told him that. Dig me up and put me in a white man's museum. Disturb the dead. Craziest thing ever. Anthony, I got to call you on that, bro. Knock it off. You over whooping, bro. Man, African Americans play too much. So ain't no ancestor talk to him, all right, and told him this is where you can find me at. He probably was hiding, trying to duck the daggone shovel. Shit, they finally mess up my afterlife. Come on, man. Listen to them damn Egyptians, yo. They built pyramids. Took them 20 years. That's how serious they afterlife. They put grave goods in there with them. Shit, they put food in there with them. You gotta be serious. You put the food in. You think you're gonna get there. When you get there, them early kings put the people in there with them. I'm gonna say this again. Them early Egyptian kings, right? Them early Nilotic kings in Nubia, people died with them so they could help them in the afterlife. And this man, Anthony Broder, dig their ass up and gonna stuff them in the museum ran by white people. And oh, by the way, he's another one to talk about the white man. Well, stop putting your ancestors, who you claim to be your ancestors, in white man museum, man. Boy, I tell you. Anyway, but I had to do it. I just had to. Okay, so now let's get to this nut here. He's a complete nut. Kyrie Irving gave the Hebrew Israelites a super boost. That's a wild boost he gave them, yo. They've been running amok ever since. No jumper. It's like they laughing at us. It got to Zariyat. Wow. They like this now. It's like they do it on purpose. Like they say, let me promote. It's like when you watching the news and something happened, they can't put an intelligent African American or Black American on the screen and say, yes, what happened was these kids were they were actually in a shootout. I think it's horrible that they did that. They did way too much. I think it's a better way to have conflict resolution here, and the community need to get better at that. They put a nigga on the screen and was like, shit, man, I don't know, man. Showed in them, man. They was, man, I don't know, yo, the niggas was arguing over bubble gum or something, man. Yeah, I'm saying, and you know what I mean? They did that. You like, what? Why does the news always find them people like that? Well, that's what they're doing again. They always find the most retarded people we got promoting Power Rangers, because that's all the Hebrew Israelites is. Remember I did that video, Go Power Rangers. I gotta find that one. I'm gonna find that one in the archives. Yeah, so they put the people who promote wild African American history on the biggest stage they got. They mock us and make fun of us. We gotta fight for views. They put them on the biggest platforms, laughing at y'all. Telling you, bro, it's the craziest thing ever, man. I ain't never seen nothing like it, yo. Crazy. Okay. But this guy here, guy Ron, Dolton, man. Wait till you hear the conversation. That man had lost his mind. I mean, boy. I mean, gone, yo. Like, this man is slow. He got the boost, though. Yeah, man. I'm gonna be at the House of Consciousness too. I'm gonna see. I got you. Hopefully, I'll be a baby there. I'm gonna get it in. Yeah. So, all right, here we go, y'all. This guy lost his mind, yo. This I promise you, yo. I ain't even making it up, yo. He wild out. I mean, wild all the way out. You know, in fine Sarnetta fashion, yo, he gonna clear the stage. You're gonna let me and that man get it in. It was a good one. It's a quick drive-by, yo. Y'all know what it is.
Shem is the middle son and Ham is the younger, but that's flipped upside down by science. Ham is the older, Shem is the middle, and Japheth is the baby. But elaborate on that.
Yeah, but even with that, I mean, it's like I have a brother that's 47. I have a brother that's 45. And at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that if my brother started the civilization and my other brother started the civilization, that they existed thousands of years before I existed. All three of us are brothers. You know, maybe the difference is a year or two. Doesn't mean that the Shemitic civilization, the Japhetic civilization, the Hamitic civilization in Africa, one of those is like predates the other by like thousands of years. So we can't say that the Kemetic or Hamitic civilizations existed before the European civilizations or the Sumerian civilization. And that's why I said earlier that the Chinese civilization, the Sumerian civilization, the Indus Valley civilization, the Hamitic or Egyptian Kushite civilization, they all existed around the same time. Look at the history, like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 BC. They were all existing and living. And they were across the world. So nobody was more ancient than the other because they all existed and have writings and culture and DNA and skeletons at the same time.
If I was to give you that, which I don't agree with, but I'm going to give it to you for the sake of this conversation, then you'd have to say if me, you, and we had another brother and we were all 2 years apart and DNA found that our older brother, you was the middle and I was the baby, then there's no way you can make that claim again that we're younger than you. We are not younger than you. We are the elders because science totally denies what you just said. It doesn't show, and the thousands of years is the throw off. We're just talking about even if I'm a second older and DNA can prove it, then you lied. It's not holy anymore. It's unholy.
How does DNA become holy?
All right, Ron, we got to move on. I want to get these last two people, and because I got to go pick up something. We got King Selah in the building, and then I got my man Ankh, and we're gonna wrap it up. Selah, what it is, brother?
Hey, peace to the righteous God, Sarnetta.
Peace, brother.
Quick question to the God. I had a couple of debates, and I brought up a topic about Black Hebrews upholding rabbinical tradition throughout the centuries. And I showed a list of Europeans, let's just say from the fall of Jerusalem coming down to our present time, the time period, what they did, what they offered, and all that. But what I couldn't find is one black rabbinical Hebrew upholding Torah tradition with the pedigree and the lineage. It doesn't have to be a direct lineage, but a lineage of black men upholding Torah tradition. So I would like to ask you if you know historically that could be proven name and time period of a black man upholding, or black men upholding the Torah as tradition, like we see the Europeans doing throughout the centuries.
Okay, so the Bantu people, and I said this before, the Bantu people in Africa, different tribes, they are upholding the Torah laws right now in their respective countries and villages. And before the white man came, they did not have a King James Bible to reference or a Torah scroll to look at. They're just doing it. And it's in our Bible. It's in Leviticus, it's in Deuteronomy, it's there. But they don't have a Torah scroll or a Bible to look at. Thou shalt not do this, we should do this, and circumcision on the 8th day, name on the 8th day, all this other stuff. It's so many traditions and customs that they practice that, okay, the Jews may do a lot of this stuff too, because they're looking at the Torah scroll and they're they teach this to their children, but the Bantu people were not taught this by any other nations. They left Egypt, and through the wilderness, they learned this through Moses and the Most High, and that's why to this day they let
me interject right quick, because I'm not really going back to Moshe time. I'm really concerned about from the fall of Jerusalem, let's say 70 CE coming on down, from that time to our time. We see a pedigree, names and dates of these European Jews that's upholding a tradition that's supposed to be ours. Now I understand the Bantu, but I'm talking about like real hardcore evidence where we could say like, look, like for an example, like they'll use Cherry and Crowley to say like, well, this is when the Black Hebrew started in the Americas, and here's the pedigree, here's the time period. So prior to them brothers, because they learned from the Europeans, but prior to them brothers, do we have that? Where I could show pictures of black men holding up Torah scrolls or holding up ancient scrolls with the culture.
No, they don't need to hold up the same Torah scrolls that the Jews do. The Bantu people, they're the living descendants of the Bible. They're the living Hebrew Israelites. So where do you think that the Greek Septuagint came from? They had to get it from the people that were already living this, and their ancestors had lived through this, and they passed it down to them, and that's why they're doing it. So all the stories that are a lot of stories that are in the Bible, like the Exodus story and other things, the creation story, all of that, they already know this, and they don't need a Bible to they don't have to read a Bible, look at the Torah scroll to understand this. And this is from Moses until 2025.
But see, what I'm saying is like a body of evidence, because it's easy to say these things. You know what I mean? I understand the Bantu. I'm Caribbean, so I understand oral tradition. I understand that very well. But when it comes to supporting evidence, because if we're going to make the claim that we these people, and then the people that we claim to be is shown by another nation of people upholding tradition, that we could go from the 14th, the 15th, the 13th, 12th century, and it's documents of their works outside of me just saying, yeah, I'm from the Bantu tribe and we got an oral tradition, without actually showing like give me a name of an elder, then his elder, and scrolls that they wrote and left behind. And here's the other thing. Can we change DNA? Can I change your DNA? No. I think that's off the subject, man. I'm talking about like the tradition.
I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna explain why.
That's what I'm referencing.
I'm gonna explain why. I cannot change your DNA. I cannot delete your DNA. I cannot add to your DNA. But we know that in the Bible, the ancient Israelites lived amongst the Egyptians. They had to have known their culture, their traditions, and learned their language. They intermarried with the Egyptians, the Canaanites, the Cushites. And when they left Egypt, they brought this with them in their culture, traditions, language, and DNA. No other people, white Jews, Sephardic, Mizrahim, Ashkenazi, they can't show this in their actual DNA evidence. Yeah, they can produce traditions and customs in the Torah scrolls and names of men and elders and Obadiah, Ben, Israel, also. They can come up with all that, but at the end of the day, the stuff that cannot be changed, meaning our DNA, the traditions and customs, our language that is primarily Hebrew infused with some Egyptian loaning, they can't show this. Any true Israelite that left with Moses during the Exodus should have evidence of Egyptian admixture in their DNA, in their language, and some borrowing of the Egyptian traditions in their own customs.
Let me interject real quick, because I understand you keep going back to Moshe, and like I said, I'm not really coming from Moshe's time period. And then technically,
so it's more ancient. They're more ancient.
No. I get that. And actually, the Tanakh you have today actually comes from the time of Ezra. It doesn't go back to the time of Moshe. It goes from the time of Ezra with the Great Assembly in 450 BC. That's documented facts. So now,
all right. I got to move on, Selah.
All right, King.
Sorry, brother. I got to move on.
We'll talk again.
Yes, we're gonna have the brother on again real soon. All right. This right here, what you're about to see, is the litmus test to see if this brother, Ron Dolton, I think he is, if he's ready for the toughest environment to be in. Because he's about to have a discussion, a talk with our brother Ankh, the atheist, the real black atheist, the God killer. God killer, you were on the call, brother.
Hey, how you doing, Don? How you feeling, man?
I'm good.
You good? Yeah, sounding like to hype everything up, man. We cool with it over here. You're a funny guy right there. But I'm not gonna play and try to ambush you and play the crazy game with you. What I will say is that you made some statements that can actually be analyzed with science and scientific data and consensus. And a lot of the statements you made is not in with the consensus or the scientific academic community. Do you agree to that?
All the evidence that I have is
no, not all. I'm saying the statements you made, like you talked about the Hebrew writing at I think it was a place in Egypt, the Sinai Peninsula, Proto-Sinaitic. You used a weird term. I wasn't quite familiar with people saying that it's not actually Hebrew writing.
Yeah.
It's Proto-Sinaitic, Sinai Peninsula. Yes, Hebrew. What you say? It's Proto-Sinai, yeah, Proto-Sinaitic.
Before Sinai.
But you added the word Hebrew onto that. That's actually not Hebrew writing. And I'm saying I'm not saying that you would have to agree to that, but I'm saying that's not in the scientific academic consensus when it comes to biblical archaeology. Do you agree? Am I wrong in making that statement, or do you have a document that would kind of show that?
Yeah, there is a such thing as Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew. It's not Proto-Sinaitic Arabic, Proto-Sinaitic Egyptian. It's Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew. Yes.
Where's the document? No, you pull it up. I don't. What I'm saying is you
can look it up, but if you go to h2ntv.com, then you can see the Proto-Sinaitic. Okay, if you don't want to learn,
I want an academic source. You get it? I want an academic source because I can pull up my academic source.
There, you can see it. You can see it.
No, that's not. No. So the Ostracon.
Let's say this. Let's say that somebody pulled up a stone in ancient Egypt, and they noticed that these inscriptions are not Egyptian hieroglyphics; they're Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew, and they actually have this stone on file somewhere in a museum. Then, will you believe it then?
It's not even about what I believe. It's actually about what we can actually verify and prove. And I'm saying being a biblical person, you don't have to actually qualify anything to be a Bible believer, and that would be your belief. Right? I'm just saying that would be your belief. So I wouldn't push you on that.
If you see a block of stone from ancient Egypt that's not Egyptian hieroglyphics, it dates back to 1850 BC, and it has Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew on it, and you can look at it with your own eyes. And if you're actually in the museum, you can touch it, you can hold it, you can take a picture of it. What do you have to then say about belief when you can actually see it and know that this is not Egyptian hieroglyphics? This is another script of language spoken by somebody that was in Egypt at that time in 1850 BC, that is now no longer a belief. You know, because you see it, you can touch it, you can take a picture of it, and it exists in a location in our reality on this world in a museum.
What I would say is you're mischaracterizing the archaeological find. What I would do is I would share my screen and show you what you're actually talking about. It's actually at the turquoise mines, a Mother Hathor. Okay, and I don't know if something is on. You can show my screen. I'll show you the actual one of the artifacts. So I'm actually asking for artifacts, and I'm saying your mischaracterization of it. He found it on the Sphinx. This is some of this proto-Sinaitic right here. Here you go, the Temple of Hathor. Right here, they're in the ruins. So these are some of the artifacts, and you can see it right there. Not quite if you can see it. I'll be right here. The Proto-Sinaitic alphabet right here. Okay.
Yes.
And so let me finish my point. I'm not going to long you out. Let me just finish my point. I'm not going to be rude. Sarnetta, he's not showing it. Are you showing the screen, Sarnetta? He just saved you on purpose. Anyway, I'm saying there's artifacts, and they never call it what you're saying. So all I'm asking for is not a television program, but like just a archaeological survey. So like the oldest Hebrew writing is not 1,800. It's somewhere with 10th century, and that's on the Astrakhan. And that would be 10th century BCE. It's actually a calendar, 11th, early 10th century, and it's not actually the Hebrew writing. It's not actually that. So I'm just, no, you talk when I'm talking, you mess about.
You gotta also listen too. You just want to talk all the time.
No, I can't listen in the middle of me talking.
Listen what I have to ask you.
No, listen. I can't listen in the middle of me talking. So if you allow me to talk, you're doing it on purpose.
Let me ask you a question. Can you answer a question?
Nope. Okay,
so now you're doing the same thing as Bishop Nathaniel. You don't want to answer a question?
No, it's not that, man. It's that you go and ask the question, but I'm saying you're not playing fair right now.
Question, please.
No, wait,
please.
Listen.
Can you answer a question?
Listen, I'm gonna give you some grace on this one. I will allow you to go ask him the question, but we won't play it this way no more. Go ahead, brother.
Can I ask you a question? The Hebrew language. The Hebrew language.
Yes.
Where do we find evidence of the Hebrew language at?
You find in early Semitic languages. They're part of the early Semitic languages. That's the image right there. But the actual writing is, let me finish the answer.
Let me finish talking. Hold on. Just hold on.
I thought you asked me a minute.
Good Lord. So when you just looking at that right there, we see the hey, we see the mem, we see, I can't really see a lot of those letters there. But on this image you just showing here, it says both inscriptions on the base are written in Proto-Sinaitic alphabetic script.
Yes.
Did they say it's Egyptian hieroglyphics?
No, it's Proto-Sinaitic, and I can explain it to you. It comes out.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay, what's your question? What's your question?
Was it found in Egypt? Yes or no?
Yes, the Sinai Peninsula.
No, it was found in Egypt.
That's part of Egypt.
Okay, it was found in Egypt. What people were speaking the Proto-Sinaitic language and writing the Proto-Sinaitic script? What people?
They wasn't even writing yet. They was actually
Why do you think they call it Proto-Sinaitic? Sinaitic is for Sinai, before Sinai. You can look it up. Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew means before they got to Sinai. Look it up. I mean, Divine Prospect knows this. Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew is not Egyptian hieroglyphics. So what people were...
Hold on. Why would you say that? I never said that. Why would you say that?
Okay. If it's not Egyptian
hieroglyphics... Do you realize you asked me a question? Will let me answer it?
It's not Egyptian hieroglyphics.
Why would you ask me a question and allow me to answer the question?
It's not Egyptian hieroglyphics. What people were speaking and writing this alphabet script.
You have the question. The answer to your question is you have Asiatics. You have Shawshu Bedouin. Okay. You have they call them proto-Semitic. You have people that speak the Semitic languages and they're not Hebrew. And so the oldest Hebrew writing that we have, and it's in a counter form. And I actually tried to show you the daggone thing, but you bulldozed me. It's actually, come on, bro.
Is that a Sumerian language? Bro, yes or no?
All right, hold on. Everybody, hold on for a minute. In order for the people to hear clarity, I need one at a time. One at a time. One mic.
Let Don go, man. Let Don go. Go ahead, Don. He won't let me answer the question. He won't let me do it. He refuses to.
Because what he's trying to do is say that.
But I'm answering the question though. I'm just asking. Let me. I'm not trying to say anything. One mic. What I'm trying to say. You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy.
Making up the language. You say it's not Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew. It's Proto-Sinaitic.
No, we were talking about the written script, bro. Stop it. We were talking about the written script. It's called Proto-Sinaitic. You threw the Hebrew on it, and then I asked you, do you have a document? I said, do you have a document? And you bulldozed with a question. You never let me finish.
One at a time, y'all. One at a time.
Okay, what I'm saying is you can look at Paleo-Hebrew, Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew, and see that they are both related to each other because they are both of the Hebrew script. You can look at Egyptian hieroglyphics and look at Paleo-Hebrew and Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew, and you're going to see that they're two different scripts. You can anybody can put up the Egyptian hieroglyphics used at that time, and then look up Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew and see that they're two different scripts written by two different races of people, ethnic groups. And this comes along with a language. So Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew were speakers of the Hebrew language, just as the Egyptian hieroglyphics were speakers of the Egyptian language. So it means that there were two ethnic groups living in Egypt at the time, the Egyptians and the Hebrews. Not Sumerians.
Can I talk now? Can I talk now?
Yeah, exactly.
I know you're the guest, right? But
you're not acknowledging what I'm saying.
No, me and you should be able to have a better discourse. It's almost like you shaky and have a fist right now.
No,
I'm willing to have a normal conversation with you. If you're solid, then let's have a conversation. You don't have to say you solid. You would prove you were solid. So I'm gonna say this real. It's my turn to talk now. Okay. All right. Don't make me have to start using tactics, which makes no sense for me and you, brother. You're a gentleman.
Go ahead.
Gentlemen should treat each other that way. Right. So what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm gonna share my screen. The Proto-Sinaitic script actually comes out of the ancient Egyptian script. Okay, that is the base of it. What I was trying to tell you, at the turquoise mines, there is an Egyptian temple there where you find these artifacts that you just looked at and seen. Then you switch it to the language they were speaking. That's fine. But I'm saying there is no Hebrew nation yet at 1800 BCE. There is no Hebrews writing anything. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying is I can prove and verify that. You know that. You know divine suspect. You supposed to know that. Okay. But divine suspect is not the standard in this particular conversation. The experts are. So I'm going to show you the screen. It's not okay. Let me show you the screen. And I want you to see it for yourself. Right. All right. So I find it very interesting. Share the screen, Sarnetta. Appreciate you, bro. Share the screen, Sar. Right here. Clear. Here you go. The hieroglyphics. Out of the hieroglyphics, you will get what? El Kadam. Right? You see the sign of the bull, the Alif. You see it. All the way to the Phoenician script. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is the Proto-Sinaitic script actually comes out of the Egyptian writing. So there were some scribes at this particular temple, maybe dealing with some Asiatics, because they dealt with Asiatics all the time, right? Whether they're from Western Asia, they dealt with them all the time, and they was showing them, they was breaking it down. It's not a problem, but I cannot allow you to come on the program and make a point that the ancient Hebrews was writing at 1800 BCE, bro.
You're proving me right. You don't even know.
I'm not proving you right.
I'm gonna show you
why. They're not Hebrews.
I'm gonna prove that you've been proving me right, and here's why. Just be quiet. Let me talk.
Yeah, I've never cut you off.
Okay, so let me talk. Let me talk.
You want me to leave the screen up for you?
The Hebrews. No, you can leave it like that.
Okay.
The Hebrews. They were a different ethnic group. They were not the Egyptians. Therefore, they would not have the same DNA as the ancient Egyptians. So when you have skeletons that have skulls, and you compare the skulls of people that are living in Egypt, their skulls are totally different than the ancient Egyptians. Their DNA is totally different than the ancient Egyptians. Then that means you have two distinct ethnic groups living in Egypt. So when these ethnic groups, one leaves this area of Egypt and they migrate south, and these people are in Africa, and they're keeping all the Torah laws and customs in the Bible. They're using all these languages and words that are lining up with Hebrew, the Hebrew Strong's Concordance, and they have evidence that proves that they have Egyptian loan words and some borrowing the Egyptian customs, but yet the foundation of who they are, meaning their traditions and customs, their oral history, the God that they worship, one God, not multiple gods, including their language and their DNA points them to a different people other than the ancient Egyptians. This would explain why the Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew is different in classification than Egyptian hieroglyphics. If they wanted to call it Egyptian hieroglyphics, they would have called it Egyptian hieroglyphics, but not called it Proto-Sinaitic. Why do they call it Proto-Sinaitic and not Egyptian hieroglyphics? Because the people understand this is two distinct writing styles. If they were the same writing style, they would call them all Egyptian hieroglyphics. This is common sense. So the reason why they call Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew is because it is a different form of script used in ancient Egypt. Yeah, it may have some borrowing or from vice versa, one versus the other with each other, but we understand that in the pronunciation of words, that the Hebrew pronunciation of words is not the same as Egyptian pronunciation of words. Even though they may use the same script, the pronunciation is different. So if the Hebrews call evil Ra, in Egyptian language, the word evil is something else, then how do you explain that? If the Hebrews call something word that means something and it's not the same as the ancient Egyptians, it means that there is a different language we're dealing with, because you can use the same script, just like Bantu people today can use the English alphabet to write down what they need to say and pronunciate. Anybody that is a English speaker and they've been colonized by the British, they can write down in their colonial script, like English or even Arabic, they can write down what they're saying in pronunciation, but the pronunciation, the meaning of the words is going to be different versus the Somalian, the Habesha, the Bantu, the Tuareg, the Hausa, the Fulani, the ancient Egyptians. So you can go through a whole list: dog, cat, horse, cow, God, water, blah, blah, blah. You can go through a whole list of words and see that the pronunciation and meaning of these words is different with the Bantu people than it is straight down the line with the ancient Egyptian language. But then you can look at the scripts and say, well, you can say, oh, the Bantu came from the Egyptian, and I can say, no, it does not. But regardless of how similar the script looks to each other, the pronunciation of the words, of what you pronunciate the word and what it means, is different than the Egyptians and what they speak and how they pronunciate and put words together. This is called lexicon and syntax and lexicon. So when you look at these things, you can understand that there are different ethnic groups that were living in Egypt at the time. And then when the Bantu people exited Egypt, there was a separation of ethnic groups, and they followed their trajectory south. And this is why the Bantu people are not doing all of the laws of Ma'at and the straight things that the Egyptians used to do, but instead the Bantu people are doing everything in the 613 Torah laws in the Old Testament. They didn't learn this from the ancient Egyptians. The ancient Egyptians, Osiris, Ra, and Isis, didn't give them the 613 Torah laws. No, Moses and God was the ones that passed down the Torah laws to the ancient Israelites. So when the Bantu people left ancient Egypt and took with them the Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew and the evolution of Hebrew as it evolved over time, and you can look up a lot of the hieroglyphic scripts of the Bantu people, like the Congo hieroglyphics, or the Congo scripts that were found in the Lovo Massif caves in the Congo, and how it's identical to Paleo Hebrew. And you can look at the Congo languages, like their words, and find hundreds of their Congo languages identical to the Hebrew lexicon. So how can we have a Bantu people that have the Congo hieroglyphics that is identical to the Paleo Hebrew of ancient times, and we look at their you look at their words in their Congo or their Kikongo lexicon, and we could find 200 words that line up exactly with the Hebrew Concordance Strong's lexicon today. And then we check the DNA of the Bakongo people, and we found out that the DNA of the Bakongo people are not the same DNA as the ancient Egyptians, yet their DNA, even B1A, was found in ancient Egypt, including the skulls of the Bantu people that they can measure and say, okay, this skull was the Negro Bantu skull. It was not an ancient Egyptian skull, because the ancient Egyptian...
Like the video, thumb up the video. All right, Ron, let's get Ankh a chance to respond.
I just want
Go
the
ahead.
same amount of time he got.
Yes, go ahead, Ankh.
Okay,
so let him go,
yeah,
Ron.
we call it gift gallop. You didn't actually answer the question.
no, you didn't pay attention. You didn't pay attention. That's all it is.
Man, come on, bro.
Ron, you gotta let him go. You gotta let him go. Let him go. Go ahead, Ankh.
This is a site right here, the Temple of Hathor. I showed you the artifact earlier. It's where they find the Proto-Sinaitic script, 1,800, somewhere in that BCE, somewhere in that. There's no Hebrews at this particular juncture in history. Simple as that. There's no grave sites. There's none of these things. And I'm confused at the constant use of DNA, but yet not accept DNA and how it actually works. I'm confused. The biblical texts only have human beings going back to 6,000 BCE. When you use DNA, you extend it to 300,000 BCE, which would officially discredit the biblical text as being a text simply dealing with a cultural container of ideas of people in a particular region, Palestine, Judea. So we don't understand when you try to make the point or miss the point that the ancient Egyptian script, out of the ancient Egyptian script, you get the Phoenician script, you get the Canaanite script, you get the Sinai Peninsula script, and later on down the line, you get your old Hebrew, and then you get the box Hebrew. You get that. That's later down the line. So you cannot make that mistake and connect ancient Hebrew culture, custom, and tradition at 1,800 BCE. There is no archaeological evidence for that. You make the mistake, and all of a sudden, in trying to play this game as far as making the Hebrew tradition ancient African tradition, and you mix the Bantu people in that. That's not scientific. That's not an academia. That's your personal thing. That's fine, but that's your personal thing. There's no evidence of any of the things you're saying. No Hebrews in Kenya, no Hebrews, none of this stuff can be validated by academic. At this point in time, y'all should just raise young brothers and sisters, okay, to go to school, go to paleontology, go to archaeology, learn anthropology, and come back with the evidence. But we refuse to do that. So I'm just strictly saying, I just don't appreciate you not directly answering the question. I don't appreciate that. Can you please give us some archaeology that will validate that they're Hebrew people at 1,800 BCE at the Sinai Peninsula? That's all I'm asking for. Can you give me a source that will show that the Proto-Sinaitic is really ancient Egyptian writing? What text did they write with the Proto-Sinaitic? You don't have it. I gave you the artifacts. There is no Hebrew text written with the Proto-Sinaitic at 1,800 BCE. You will spend the rest of your life looking for it. I'm done.
Is there an evolution? If there's an evolution of the Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew script, that means that the people existed when you showed it early on the screen, and they continued with this Hebrew script and language over the course of hundreds of years, thousands of years. There's a reason why the Bantu people, many of them say that they left misery. They don't say that they left Kemet. What is the word that the people in Egypt called themselves in their land? Did they call it misery, or did they call it Kemet? So if the Hebrew word for Egypt is misery, and the Arabs say misery, and the Hebrew say Mitzrayim, then why would the Bantu people call the land of Egypt that they once lived in and left? Well, they call it misery and not Kemet. But yet their DNA is found in ancient Egypt, and their skulls is found in ancient Egypt, and it's different than the skulls and the DNA of the Egyptian pharaohs. But yet they're down here in West Africa, Central Africa, South Africa, East Africa, and they're talking about we left misery, and they're giving you words in their lexicon that lines up perfectly with the Hebrew lexicon. And in the way that it's formulated in the word and the meaning on top of that. So the meaning of the word tells the story, and in addition to that, it lines up with the word that it means. So for instance, there's a sister from the Ebe tribe in Ghana, Togo, and the word Kana, like the word Canaan, they spell it K-A-N-A. It means the soil provides, or the land is fruitful. The land of Canaan was a fruitful land. The soil provided everything it needed for the Israelites. In the Ebe tribe in Ghana, Togo, the way that they say Adam and Eve, they say Adim. Adim is Adam. What does it mean in their language? It means he looks like me, or he resembles me. Like man was made in God's image. The way that the every people, when we say Adam and Eve, they say, well, in our language, we don't say Adam and Eve, we say Kawa. You look in the Hebrew Strong's for, you write Hebrew word Eve. You'll see the Hebrew Strong's word is Kawa. Look it up. Google Hebrew Strong's word for Eve. And the Hebrew is Kawa. In the Ewe language in Ghana, Togo, it's Kawa. What does it mean in the Ewe language? It means made from side, made from the rib. That's what it means in their language. The white man didn't teach them this. What was Eve made from? Adam's side. Adam's side. What is the first letter of the Ewe tribe's language? It's Aleph. Aleph. What is the first letter of the Hebrew language? Aleph. When you look at when you go to h2ntv.com, which you say, I'm not going to do that, you will see, and that's sad that you won't go there and look at the receipts, the sources, the proof.
All right, what is it? I'm going to do it for you, just for you. Go ahead.
Okay.
You pushed me to do it. What is it?
So when you have people that have the DNA and the skulls.
No, what is it? What's the website?
It's h2ntv.com. h2ntv.com. When you have a people that say that they left either misery or Kimi or Kama, and they migrated south, and their elders tell you that they are the Israelites, and they say, and you say, how do you say Judah in your language? They say Yaondi. You say, what does that mean? What does Yaondi mean? Well, in Hebrew, Yaondi or Yehuda is Judah. Well, you say, what does Yaondi mean in the Bakongo language? It means the one we praise. The one we praise as what? The one we praise as king? Yes. What does the word Judah mean in Hebrew? It means to praise, or the one we praise. So when the Bakongo say Yaondi or Yaounde or Yehunde, it's basically coming from what the Jews have corrupted today as Yehuda. And so when you look at the Kikongo lexicon and you look at the Hebrew lexicon and you see over 200 words in the Kikongo lexicon compared to the Hebrew lexicon, and the words are exactly the same.
Hey, do me a favor, man. Hey, Don.
How is it possible?
Hey, Don. And this back chat right here, drop the thing for me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm going to say. Is the Bakongo people say that they left Egypt and they migrated to where they are today, and they are keeping all of the traditions and customs in the Torah. Okay. And their language has all of this that's identical to the Hebrew lexicon. You cannot sit there and say that these are the ancient Egyptians when they say, the elders say that we are the Israelites. We have the Ark of the Covenant in the Congo. The kingdom of the Congo was divided into 12 sub-kingdoms ruled by one king. And from the Bantu homeland in Central Africa, many of the other Niger-Congo tribes spread to South Africa, like the Zulus, to West Africa, to East Africa. And yes, all these languages today in the Niger-Congo languages are dialects of a parent language, which is ancient Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew, or you can call it the Congo hieroglyphics, or the Bantu languages, the Niger-Congo languages. Because why? Because these people, including you and Sarnetta, you are the Israelites. You are not connected genetically to the ancient Egyptians from the paternal bloodline of these men. And the reason why Ramses was the only person, they say Ramses had E1B1A. They just, if Ramses III didn't have E1B1A, you guys would have nothing to pull up. But because Ramses had E1B1A, if you are the queen mother, and I say this again all the time, people should know this. If you're a queen mother and you have a son, whether the father is a Cushite, a Puttite, a Canaanite, an Edomite, an Israelite, if the
Hey Don, did you forget what you was talking about, Don? I know you was going off. I think you kind of forgot what you was talking about.
I'm gonna wrap it up. Here.
I know. What was your overall reaching? What was your point you were trying to make?
His name is Ron.
I said Ron. I said Ron.
Oh, I thought you said Don.
Ron.
Wrap it up.
Go ahead. I'm at the website. I want you to show us I want you to direct me to the archaeological finds you was talking about, Ron. Go ahead.
When you look at, you just made me lose my train of thought. Hold on. What was
good, Ron. Good.
Oh, no.
You forgot your train of thought 20 minutes ago. You don't even know what you were trying to make.
Now. You interrupting me, so I was on the train of thought now.
Let him go.
What was the last thing I said? What was the last thing I said?
You forgot.
What was the last thing I said?
Nothing.
So y'all want to pay attention? Y'all want to pay
attention? It was Skip Galloping. We was paying attention. It was incoherent in the conversation. That's all I'm saying. Not trying to be funny, Ron.
They say that we are the Israelites. No, I got it. I know it's covenant in the Congo. I got it. Kingdom in the Congo was divided into 12.
All right, go ahead, brother.
I got it. So the queen mother, when she has a son, that son is eligible to be a pharaoh of Egypt. Whether the father was an Egyptian man, a Cushite man, a Libyan man, because we all know that the Egyptian dynasties were ruled by the Assyrians, the Cushites, the Puttites, like Shoshank and Eoput, and these other nations. The Libyans ruled, the Cushites ruled, the Egyptians ruled, the Hyksos ruled. We know this, the Syrians ruled. So they could be pharaohs of Egypt as long technically as their mother was a queen mother. So if Ramses III's father was an Israelite, I think it was Seknathe, and he married and impregnated a queen mother, maybe she fancied him, maybe she had an affair, who knows? But she had a son named Ramses III, and Ramses III had E1B1A, and he became the pharaoh of Egypt. Why? Because his mother was the queen mother, but his father, Seknathe, nobody knows who his father is. You can look it up. Well, who was his father? What was his DNA? And we can understand that the majority of the DNA samples of ancient Egyptian pharaohs do not all say E1B1A. If it did, we would have widespread news of this. It would be all over the place. E1B1A is the main DNA haplogroup of the ancient Egyptians, but it's not. People come up with one DNA sample and say, oh, that's it. But just like the story of Joseph, the story of Moses, how they were favored and they ruled also over Egypt in a certain sense. Back in those days, when the Israelites were ruling or living with the Egyptians, yeah, there were Hebrews that could have easily been the husbands of the queen mother, meaning Egyptian mothers or queens that were living in ancient Egypt. They could have had Israelite fathers all day long, yes. But then the Bible states that there was a pharaoh that didn't know Joseph. And this is when the oppression started to happen, and the separation between the Hebrews and the Egyptians was made clear that you guys are not us. Otherwise, why would we oppress you Hebrews and make you slave for us? And just as the story goes, as it states in the Bible, that the Hebrews left. They didn't stay, they left. They didn't stay for all the dynasties all the way to the end. They left. And when they left, they brought with them their traditions and customs and their language and their oral history of where they came from. And this is why I keep saying all the time, and a lot of Israelites already know this, that the Bantu Negroes' traditions and customs, oral history, and DNA and language all ties back to the ancient Hebrews, not the Egyptians. So we cannot sit here and say that the ancient Hebrews did not exist. There's no such thing. They weren't there at this time, because we can prove that with DNA, linguistic evidence, archaeological evidence, traditions and customs. What is that? That's sociology or anthropology. Anthropology is a field of science, correct? And anthropology deals with traditions and customs and religions and food and dress. So when we look at anthropology, archaeology, genetics, linguistics, oral history,
hey, Ron, what's your
the ancient Egyptians?
Ron, I think I got you. Ron, I think I got your point. Your point is, hey, Sonetta, can you show my screen? This is his point. Share my screen. So you basically saying that black people is all these people. They the Native Americans, they the Egyptians, they the Hebrews, they all these people, the Holy Bible thumpers. I'm talking, let me get my thing. They the more, you basically saying African Americans is everything. I'm saying this is an issue right here with me. You know why it's an issue? Because there are things we can actually prove and verify with African American history. So I'm gonna ask you, I'm on your website, bro. Here you go. I'm on your website. Where is the archaeological stuff that you're talking about on here? Where's the evidence so I can share to people? Where?
You have to pay, put your credit card in, subscribe, and then go to the lessons. And the lessons are hours long, 4 or 5 hours long. Do you have the time to do that right now? Yes or no?
Yes, I do, bro.
No, you do not. No, you do not.
Got time to do that. I got time to do that. How much are the lessons?
You got to subscribe. They're free.
I said, how much are they?
You have to subscribe, and like Netflix, they're free. Once you subscribe, then you can access the lessons. So here's the thing.
Why'd you say pay for the lessons? Why'd you say that? Did I hear that wrong?
If you're a subscriber, you have to pay, like Netflix.
I know. Okay. How much? You know, you're a double talker, man. You wild. I see how you fool. I see how you fool Kyrie. I see you now. Oh man. Oh, I'm trying to tell you. How much is the subscription, sir?
$9.99.
$9.99.
Real American. Okay. Sonetta Godzilla. We have to understand that.
We gotta understand, yo. You funny. Can I talk though? Let me get mine in. Let me have fun, bro. Listen. So I'm saying that 99% of the things that you talked about, you can't prove. You make that mistake of saying that people in finish. Huh?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead. I said you can go anywhere in the world. You can go into America and look an African American in the face that clearly came from the transcontinental slave trade and ask him who he is. He swear he a Native American, the first indigenous person. You can ask another African American down, yeah, swear that ancient Hebrew. And the more they do, we do this all the time. This is a human thing though. Humans do this. You can go to the Chinese and they swear they're Egyptians. You can go to Africa and Kenya and they swear to the ancient Hebrews. Do you know why? Why do they give sway to the ancient Hebrews? Because of the Bible. Why do they give sway to the Bible? Because during the transcontinental slave trade, during the age of conquest, right, during colonialism, the biblical text spread around the world, helped by the printing press by Gutenberg in 1440. So everybody think that their particular God is the standard. That's the only reason why people gravitate to the Bible, because they think that's the standard, forgetting about the thousands of indigenous cultures that had their own deities, right? They had their own cultural containers. So I'm not disrespecting you because you want to practice and talk about your cultural container. I'm simply saying, as an African American, you have no ties to that. You can be a convert and practice any religion you want, but you're not the indigenous people. You're just not. And those indigenous people you talk about don't become a nation until around the 1600s. I mean, 600 BCE or so. Somewhere in there, you want to talk about King David, right? That's 1,000. So that's late in history. So come on, bro. You're a funny guy. I'm glad I got to talk to you. You're a fair sport. I appreciate it, Ron. I'm not trying to ruffle your feathers. I'm just saying that don't agree. That the scientific community, the academic community does not agree. The consensus on who African Americans are don't agree with that. So you tough sledding, right? Tough sledding. And at times I feel like people are taking advantage of marginalized communities that are not educated on these subject matters, brother. And I'm in with that. And I appreciate the conversation, bro. We'll get it in again sometimes, right? Of course, I support you. Bought your book like most African Americans did. You know, I just support you. But I'm not going to say that the information in there was backed by science or credible.
So the scientific community, when we deal with anthropology, archaeology, genetics, linguistics, that's all part of science. So on H2N TV and in many of my lessons, and I can bring this up also.
He ain't got no damn lessons. He ain't man say any damn thing. Boy, I tell you, man. Boy, that was an interesting drive-by. A Big Hemi. Anytime you want to get up here and get beat down, you can get up here and get beat down. Hemi, you know I'll beat you down, boy. You my man. I ain't gonna lie. You my man. 500 grand. But you ain't ready for that conversation, yo. You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring up your pedigree a little bit, yo. You still stuck in belief, yo. You believing too damn hard, yo. You is, yo. You believing too hard, bro. I ain't gonna fake you out, yo. I like you, yo. I enjoy conversation with you, Hemi. But Hemi, you ain't Hemi. I'm gonna drop the link though. I'm gonna drop that link, Hemi, and we can have that conversation. We sure can. And if you'd caught the show earlier, yo, I had categories of people, right? And so I would actually put you in the category of, say, category of, I would say, you're a believer. You're a believer. And you're trying to transition in to knowing what you believe. So you think you working on, understanding the book. You call the scriptures, I call it literature. It's only a scripture if it's divine, right, to your people. So your people ain't in there, but you'll say Christianity for everybody. Bet not a problem. I say it's a culture container of ideas. Say it's a breakaway from the Torah, from Hebrew custom and traditions. I say the biblical text, the New Testament, is written in people that are educated in second and third generation Greek. So when they write the text, they bring in Greek culture, the logos and stuff like that. It's not actually promoting Hebrew ideas and concepts. There's certain food treaties that occur in the Torah that Christians go against. And so it's a breakaway. It started out as a Jewish sect and it broke away to his own religion. Paul, right? He getting money, meaning he bringing more money in church than any of them. And he's going to people who eat pork and eat different foods, right? So they start making treaties about you don't gotta follow law, boo, blah, blah. I get it. Can't change the whole people where he's a smart guy. He's bringing converts in, very intelligent. So the story goes. So anytime you want to get up here and think you're going to defeat the white, like it's like the white man Christian, it's the white man's Christianity, yo. It is. Catholic Church canonized what would become the Bible. Last time I checked, the Roman Catholic Church is white people. All right. Yes, you do got some African nations. Yes, like one. And they're converts. So, man, I tell you, boy, like I be on my A game with this religion thing. I just left y'all alone. Beat the Hebrews half to death and left them alone. Had a whole cable show dedicated to black atheism, beating the hell out of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, yo. You got 5 minutes. I'm gonna drop the link. Now, let's see what you got there, Hemi. See what you again. You see how ridiculous this Ron damn near got rich off the lie. He's a flim flam, won't let nobody talk. Man, I was on the air. I wanted to cuss him out, but I said, you know what, yo? I realized he was delusional and he ain't have it all. He wasn't there. The way he seen it wasn't clear. I seen it. So I'm like, he ain't there. He ain't stable. I said, I can rattle him. I don't want to, I don't gotta. I said, I can joke him through it. I can get him like that. Yeah, I take that time. We got our first call on here. We got the great Hemi, my man, the Barbarian. What's up with you, man? Big up to the Barbarian. Yo, you know I fucks with it all day.
What's happening?
What's happening,
happening, man?
What do you got to say to Black?
I'm cooling. Nah, I just came up here, man. I came to support you. You end up calling me out. Oh, I'm gonna whoop you. I'm gonna do all this
shit. I'm talking shit.
But look, hey, look,
my man,
hey, look. We can definitely set something up. I only got a few minutes because I gotta get my stuff situated for work tomorrow. My kids going to school, but we can definitely have that conversation about Paul. Because you're from your point of view or perspective, you're saying that Paul changed the law or abolished the law or did away with the law of Moses, correct?
No, I'm basically saying that he made the religion palatable for other people than the Hebrew people. And that's basically what Christianity is. It's about letting everybody in the fold. That's not what the Hebrews was going. They're not teaching that. They like, get out of here with that. Like they got point blank, yo. They got the 5 books. That's it, right? So Paul is an instrument. Listen, in the story that brings a religion to the Greek Isles and different places, right? He bringing back a lot of bread, man, right? And the message got the baby to fit where he go. You're not gonna go to the Black community, yo, and tell them they gotta stop eating their ribs, yo.
But I get what you're saying. So look, we could do a topic. We could do a topic that Paul's teachings contradict Torah prophets.
I don't know about all. You deeper than me on that. I tell you, we could talk about is Christianity the white man's religion?
Oh, that's for sure. I got
a conversation on that, bro.
Yeah. So I actually got a debate with a topic similar to that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be on paradigm shift, which
we got the paradigm shift.
It's did the African Americans obtain Christianity from Europeans? You know what I'm saying? So that's our debate topic.
Oh,
so it's a
come on, man. God damn.
So it's around that same thing, but you know what I'm saying? That's in. I got that. That's coming up on October 5th. But we definitely can get something in. Like that's a good topic. I don't. It's definitely not a white man. You can't say it's a white man's religion just because they. Why though? Did they start it?
I ain't gonna tell you because you
It definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't an African.
I ain't say that, but I didn't say that, girl. I ain't saying nothing like that. All I'm saying is that it wasn't the white man religion, bro.
It is, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
By the time we got it, yo, it was whited out. Jesus was white. For 50 years we had the white Jesus on our wall. Yo. We ain't had no black Jesus on our wall. Yo, that's the clue.
Yeah, by the time
God we got is white, the religion is white, yo. That's the clue. Just for you, Hemi, that's the clue. We ain't had no black Jesus on that wall, yo. We had white Jesus.
But the text don't say Jesus was white.
They don't know how to say it. The text don't say he black neither. Don't mess that up.
I never said that, but that's why. But your argument is that Christianity is the white man's religion.
It is,
right? I'm saying I oppose that. I don't, and I can prove that it's not the white man's religion. I ain't say they never adopted it. I'm saying that it's not theirs.
So you agree it's not an indigenous African religion, though? Yeah, you stop it. Come on, man. Don't get beat up like that.
We gotta, we gonna have that conversation because I see where you're trying to go with it. So the people of the faith, right? Where they from? When they got called out,
when they was first called Christians.
not just but I'm saying from Old Testament all the way until
they was in
when
Palestine.
Jesus was supposed to come, when Jesus was supposed to come back
really
and get them the people to get. Remember, he said, "I come to the Jews first, then."
Yeah.
So where was those people? So where was they from? Where did those people, their lineage, come from? Remember when Moses got them the 10 Commandments? Where he got them from?
And not from Africa.
They weren't in Egypt.
No, you tripping. There weren't no damn Hebrews in no damn Egypt, yo. You bugged out now. Now you overwhooping.
Okay, so if he didn't get them, if he didn't get them from Egypt, you saying that it didn't happen at all? That's your argument.
No, I'm saying that there is no Hebrews in 1800 BCE. Same thing I told the guy. There's no Hebrews yet. There's no archaeology that can verify that. They still in the hill country. They still nomadic somewhere running around. They nomadic tribes. They have not codified yet. They ain't even canonized yet, right? And then they break away. They canonize and they break away, and you can tell they broke away because you start seeing the food treaties. So they're trying to separate themselves, right? So no, why the story is they write about Africa in Egypt, right? Because it's like Donald Trump. Right? If you want to act like you was in America, you got to talk about Donald Trump. You don't got to be there, but you can put yourself in America by writing and talking about Donald Trump. That's the same. They write themselves into history, yo. But when you get to the archaeology, there's no Egyptians never talk about Hebrews. That's crazy. They writing.
What would they do? The Egyptians didn't talk about a lot of stuff that happened that they got defeated.
About the tribes they came in contact with. They absolutely
That's
did.
not what I'm saying. I'm saying when they got defeated. How often did the Egyptians document their defeat?
All the time. They act like they didn't lose. They would say they didn't lose.
So that means they never documented their defeat, right? Right. That's what I'm saying. So the Israelites being taken out of that land,
like that,
right, would be something that would be a defeat. You see what I'm saying?
The punch you don't see to knock you out. So watch this. Now the Pharaoh becomes the leader of the known world, right? They the superpower during the time period you're talking about. And I'm gonna let you know, if the Pharaoh would have died and got drowned, the world would have wrote about that. And I'm talking about the biblical world. I'm talking about the Egyptian world, right? The Assyrian world. They were like, oh shit, these goat herders just murdered the great Pharaoh in Egypt. They'd all bow down to him, yo. That's how you know it didn't happen. The rest of the world didn't write about that, right? So we're talking about times of literacy now. I'm just trying. Yeah. And so you're right. When they wrote their history, they talk about the Hittites. The Hittites say they won, right? The Egyptians say they won, but it's all documented though. They both got their slant on it, right? But it's at least you can say, well, did the Egyptians really fight the Hittites? You just go to the Hittite records. They say, yes, we fought against them. That's my point. So if the Hebrews actually killed the great Pharaoh in a wild, because that's a wild story, yo. You know, 1 million people to cross the river going to take days and months. For 1 million people to cross anything, not overnight. So we know it's mythology, right? So no, they just wrote themselves in history, him. And you ain't got no documentation for that, yo. This is your belief. It's okay. I mean, hello, how you doing, Port City?
Hey, what up? What up, Ankh? All
good
right.
to see you, man. That's a good ass fucking camera you got there, bro. You spend some bread on that motherfucker.
I appreciate that, brothers. I appreciate that, man.
What's good?
Trying to get like you, man.
Shit, like I gotta get that. Hey, him, he got this shit, he high definition and shit.
And then like he glowing over them.
Yeah, he got the glow
through the screen, 3D.
What's on your mind, bro? Good to see you. Always a pleasure. Had a syndicate, a part of the podcast, man. Appreciate you, man. What's good?
Man, same old, man. You know, knocking these pseudos out the park over there in TikTok land. You already know what to do.
I gotta get up there, yo.
I noticed one time, like every time you get them in the corner to try to get facts and evidence, that's when they start having, I like to say, they transmission slipping. You know what I mean? Like you get them in there and you get where the facts at, what evidence to back up what you're saying, and they just don't click right.
Himmy don't run. Himmy, go get that Exodus.
What y'all want to debate about? What's that?
I'm not debating no damn Himmy, man. I have conversations, bro. High level I'm not, man. Come on, bro. We're gonna talk about is Christianity the white man's. He already.
Oh, that's always a good one.
I got you. Yeah, we're gonna have that conversation. Shout out to you, good show. You know what I'm saying? I just came to tap in with you. But yeah, we gonna just hit me up in the back, man. We'll set it up and we'll do that for sure.
Make sure we dual stream on the Barbarians, that the Barbarians get some love, yo. Because you know I'm a barbarian all the way with that. Fucking
yeah.
All right.
For sure. I bet.
No matter who y'all at war with, y'all at war. I don't know, but I'm not in that war. Yeah, man. So yeah, I don't know how you do the TikTok, man. They call me the rage baiter. I say I'm a rage baiter now. I mean, I did my job. Yeah, I'm Bobby banging the rage baiter.
What kind you was on?
I was on a pumpkin joint.
Oh, okay. Yeah, pumpkin be having some. Yeah, her room be crazy.
Yeah, I was in there for like 2 hours. Bow. They asked
what day was this, today or yesterday?
No, that was like 3 days ago.
Damn, I missed that shit.
Man.
Yeah, I missed that one.
While ago.
People been checking for you too. They be like, man, I heard Uncle over here. I'm like, yeah, man, go holler at him. Yeah. And follow you on. Make sure y'all follow him on TikTok, y'all. Follow both of us.
I was, they ask you a million questions. They don't know. And I got tired of that shit. I asked them, did they know what the scientific theory was? Oh, man, that's when all hell broke loose. Don't nobody know what the damn scientific theory is. They all want to talk about DNA. All want to, you know how it go, man. And then, and they white man this, and then I start, well, I'm a rage beta, yo. I start killing them with the white man shit. I say, are you really? So you don't mess with white man shit. They start talking about they do their own farming. I said, you got the white man seeds you farming with. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know that the indigenous Africans, they definitely brought some indigenous plants with them, seeds with them, right? Native Americans had some seeds, and Europeans brought some goddamn seeds.
Yeah, right.
All right. The largest bank of seed bank is in Russia, where they collect the world seeds at and all that. It's in fucking Russia. You know what I'm saying? And the seeds they buying. Right, you know what I mean? I know they ain't getting this shit from the black flakes. The black farmers got a variety of seeds they get from different places.
Correct.
So you never getting white people out of that.
Yeah, it's a trade.
It's a trade, bro. So I'm like, man, they mad at me. Or you talking about? I said, y'all eating a white man food.
Like, yeah, we broke it down to the seed.
Yeah, because they was baiting me the whole time, messing with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
What you mean evolution? Asking a million questions about evolution, and them don't want to.
A lot of them don't believe in evolution, and then they just dismiss it because of Darwin. They say, "Well, that's the white man science and all that stuff." They don't understand that it took years to come up with this stuff. It's just not. It wasn't just an idea, and a lot of things that Darwin said was backed up by the archaeological finds that we found in Africa.
Later
and we was lost in Europe for a while with the Piltdown Man, and then they found the Tong Child in South Africa, and that changed everything. But they don't read that. They don't look at that.
Well, that Piltdown Man, I think I could show you the Piltdown Man in 1912.
Yeah,
they actually published it in the Journal of Nature, and the Journal of Nature felt like it was a problem back then.
Initially,
yep,
it was under heavy scrutiny, and it wasn't until this joint right here came out.
Let me see,
the Tong Child.
Oh, you Tong Child? Yeah. Now I know what you're talking about when they found that. But hold on, but the Piltdown Man thing. What the point I'm making is that in the Journal of Nature it said there was a human skull, looked to be a human skull, and a chimpanzee mantle. So they already knew it back then.
Missing link.
Yeah, but but I'm telling you, science was already on the case. But it took all the way to like what 1960 or something like that, where they finally realized it was a forgery, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but my point is science was on it from day one. Go ahead, Gullah. Can't hear you, Gullah.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Yeah. I was agreeing with you.
Yep. So
yeah, go ahead, bro.
So yeah, you're right about Tong Child. Yep, that's a child right there.
Yeah, man. That actually got everybody looking back in Africa, and they started finding all types of shit in Africa after that. Led up to
Lucy but see, people hate Charles Darwin, baby. The first ones to say that they come from Africa, right? Yeah, but you can't hate Charles because he's the first one. He came up with it.
Yeah. It's all based on facts, and everything was backed up. Then you got the haplogroup chart and all of that. So,
oh, yeah. Hey, speaking of haplogroups, the dude, I don't know if the dude was a word. Well, of course he ain't a word. The dude, the pseudo that you was debating, but the real analysis of Ramesses the third is they not saying that he's E1B1A no more. He's EV22. You know what I'm saying? They did a reanalysis on that, more recently. So he's not E1B1A. And anyway, even if he was, it would have been a bottleneck anyway. And Bantu people have a branch of EV38, which is EM2, which mutated in the Green Sahara. So how could they be Bantu if Bantu have a sub branch of that marker?
Yeah, I hadn't heard that. That's what's up though. If the information has been updated and stuff, it's always good to update it.
So you've been over there fighting on TikTok, man. Y'all gotta invite me over, yo. What y'all
doing? Man, please come over there, bro. Like, it's crazy. But you gotta watch out what room you in. You know what I mean? They don't like me over there, man. They can't stand me.
You beat them head to death. Yeah, you beat them head to death. I know they ain't dealing with you. They don't want to talk to you, yo. Yeah, they don't want to deal with you, bro. They definitely not trying to hear nothing you saying. Hell
yeah,
no.
They don't believe in DNA. They don't like anything creditable. They don't like primaries. Like I seen niggas, I done exposed niggas DNA. Like we was on a debate in Natural. This is like about a couple of years ago. He showed his DNA results on live during a debate.
Did he?
Oh yeah.
Man. Wow.
And I said, bro, you like 74% sub-Saharan African, bro. Stop faking like you indigenous to America. But yeah, they're funny over there. They,
it's a lot of you know what? It's a lot of first of all, the thing that really get me with the TikTok thing is that they have no clue about what science is. But they recognize the power in science because they always try to explain things through science.
Correct. Yeah.
You get it? They always talk.
They try to make sense out of it in their way.
Yeah. Right. But you disrespect it. Like you say it's the white man. When you got him, when you got him in the house, that's the white man. That's how you know you got him. Right. Okay. Yeah. I know you just lost right there. Right. But everybody, watch this, on Earth and all these pseudo communities, they all recognize the power of science. That's why they say stuff like the Black root science or the indigenous science. Why you gotta use the word science? People just religious, right? When you use that, it's backed by science. Why do your God gotta be backed by science? Why do the miracles gotta be backed by science? So what are some of your experiences? Because I think it's a younger crowd at times with these people. What do you think the solution is, bro? Because I wanna, you know what I'm saying? I can't help but to be Bobby Banger Rage bait over there. I can't help it.
Yeah, I mean, I try to figure it out too. I think a lot of the younger crowd just don't take the time to vet the information that comes across the airways. It's different from the time I guess we come up. You know what I'm saying? It was actual books which we still have. But I think people they take these 3 minutes that they see on the internet and it's regurgitated. So is a different, it's either one of the two, like I keep saying, the misinformation or the disinformation. So people know and just spreading BS. And then there's people that don't know and they just get misinformation. It's just like somebody, like you ask me, hey man, how you get to the mall or some shit? And I give you the wrong directions.
Right.
You've been misinformed, right?
Yeah, cool. Of course.
People don't understand the difference, and they get so caught up with the belief, and I don't know. It's just hard. I think I see a lot. I don't know, but I don't even want to say it's an old young thing because I see a lot of old people that's older than me, and then I see a lot of young people that our minds are just locked into this stuff. Even when the truth slaps them in their face, they just like, nah, I can't believe that. No, I refuse to. I'm gonna believe what I like to believe in. And that's kind of where we're at. It's a religion. It's a new religion.
It's a new religion, yo. The TikTok religion, yo. It's a space for young people to just
do whatever you want to do. You can say whatever you want to say. You can be literally whatever you want to be on TikTok now.
It's kind of free thought. Yeah, it's what America is, right? Like I would say that TikTok.
Pseudo.
Yeah, TikTok is a microcosm of a greater America. You know what I mean? So like in America, it's par for the course to be able to express all your ideas. They don't even have to be right. As long as you're not howling fire in a building, it's not against the law.
Hey, that's it. Yeah, and no one's checking. Like, no one's saying, yo, this is wrong. No one's saying, yo, this is fucking up the Black community. No one's gonna call that out. So it's, you know, it's encouraged. And a lot of these books that came out were from white pseudo folks.
Most of them.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff.
All of them.
Queen Mu and the Egyptian Sphinx and all of that.
Yeah,
right?
if you get your pseudo library up, yo, you're absolutely right.
So I just think it's just regurgitated. I think the internet just gave these motherfuckers a plan. Back in the day, it used to be one crazy dude down the street. Everybody know that one crazy dude.
Yeah.
And he's down the street.
Mm-hmm.
But now that crazy dude can connect with a lot of other people. We're just
crazy dudes.
Overly connected, and everybody's exposed. So everybody get up there, say whatever they want, and nobody's checking that shit except for people like us.
Yeah, but how old are you, Poor City?
I'm 46.
So that's why you're important. You know, you carry the legacy of science with you, right? Younger than me, got you by damn near 12 years, 13 years, right? You at the right spot at the right time. That's why I'm so glad that when I started, I knew it was a problem from the start. That's why I kicked the door, and I'm like, this is some bullshit. Right? Conscious community start right there. It's all crazy, right? And it's amazing how from 2000 and what I want to say, 2005, right? 2006, 7, right? To now, how imagine if I had not kicked that door in right there and built up a strong community of people who fight with science. And I'm not saying everybody don't not believe like me, right? But people that follow, are actually dedicated to science, right? They dedicated and get that information right. I had a lot of people that fell off. They couldn't keep going. The journey is tough, right? But brothers like you stay the course, yo. And now you got your lane. Like, I love that, bro.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I look up to all you guys, yo. I really do. It was guys like you that I was looking at. And like, I think everybody start out being a little pseudo. And then
we all have pseudo beginnings. Right. See, you had a leap though. You had a jump because you heard me talking about the suit, so you couldn't stay long. Yeah, I ain't had no help.
yeah. You know how it is. Like that big uncle, like, hey, come here, young man. Let me go talk to you, bro, because you're going in the wrong direction. And now nobody, it's like, so yeah, a lot of I appreciate everything and all of the work that it's called foundation. You gotta have some type of foundation to stand on. Yeah. Because if you keep going, it's easy to get knocked down. All it takes is one source to knock your shit out.
Knock your shit all out. Bow. Crazy.
But the people around you might still believe in you and they love you because you bring an audience. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is now. People like to hear that. People don't like to hear what we talking about sometimes.
No, because it's hard, yo.
You know what I mean?
It's hard. And sometimes you comprehend it. You're right. It's hard.
It's not sensational sometimes. Like the bare facts of the matter is just like, damn, that's what really happened. I'm gonna go over here with these more.
Melanin don't block bullets.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna go over here with these Hebrew Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna work with them because it sound better. It feels better.
We science will just make you realize just how inefficient humans can be at times, man. Science will make you realize that, yo, you less than a speck of dust, yo. Holding on, Homo sapiens, man, is moving in the wrong direction, yo. We're a young species, only been around 250,000 years. Think about that. That's nothing in the cosmos, bro. That's so we're on our way out, right? And then just get a whole anti-scientific movement now. You talked about the internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the internet gave anti-intellectualism a leg up. It gave pseudoisms a leg up. That's why it's important for you to be right where you at on TikTok. I wish you had a YouTube channel too, right?
Oh, I do.
You do.
Y'all follow me, Poor City, African City Center Consciousness. Yeah, I'm on.
You don't. Do you stream? It do allow you to stream at the same time?
I don't.
Because that would be dope. TikTok don't integrate like that, huh?
I don't know if I can simulcast this on my jump, but let's talk in the future, man, and we can definitely
yeah, you need to
do some simulcast for sure. Yeah, y'all follow me, Poor City, African Senate Consciousness. I appreciate
drop
it.
that link in there. Drop your channel link in the thing, yo, so people can go ahead and subscribe, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Give it to young brother, man.
Y'all follow Uncle on TikTok too. But yeah, that's what we do, man. But I think back in the day before media, it was that one crazy dude that said all the crazy shit, and everybody kind of hung around him. And damn, you got some crazy stories, and then you just leave and you go about your business. And that dude stay in this place. But now it's different now.
Port City. Let me see. Hold on. Let me
see if I can put this in the chat for y'all. Yo, hang on.
I don't think we're gonna let you drop no links. Let me see. Port.
It might not drop it. It ain't linking. It ain't linking.
I know it ain't gonna let you link. Put it in the private chat. There you go. Definitely drop links in private chat. Then I drop it for you.
Yeah, y'all follow me, man. I'm on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I tell you what. Type something. I'll tell you what you do real quick. Type something in the chat real quick.
Type something in the chat.
Yeah, type something in there. I'm gonna make you a moderator. That way you can just drop links when you need it. Get some of these people from YouTube over there.
What the hell? Hang on, I'm trying to. There we go. Peace. Did it go in there?
I ain't see you put it in there. Yep, I got it. All right, here you go. All right, there you go. You can drop a link in there.
Between here and TikTok, that's kind of where we're at.
I mean, look, man, it's a faceless job, bro. Yeah, now you should be able to put a link in there, yo.
Let me see.
Faceless job. My man said Bobby Hemmett, yo. I remember we used to bring Bobby Hemmett.
Oh, not Bobby Hemmett.
Man, he used to do a lecture, yo. This man would do a lecture, yo, for 10 hours, yo. Nah,
they would go in, man. And them video, we like them videos still out, yo. Like we fighting the ghosts of them jokers.
Yeah, we fighting.
You did like them, the ghosts. We fighting.
Pseudo's past.
Ghost of pseudo's past, man. I hear the same shit Ivan was talking about. You know what I'm saying? All of that, everything it's remixed. Now they the ancient mound builders now. No DNA evidence, no archaeological evidence.
Oh man, the ghost of pseudo past, yo. That's
exactly what we're at. Man. All the pseudo greatest hits that you heard 20, 30 years ago, they just kind of remixed them and kind of made them their own pseudo.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, hit this man thing, man. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. oh, Sister Dr. Gina Page.
Yeah, Dr. Gina Page, man. I saw her at the DNA reveal in Wilmington.
Okay.
And that's how me and her met. And I'm like, damn, Gina here, man. I gotta talk to her. And we just started talking. I got up with her contact and stuff. And I think she's been coming to the show, I think 2 times in a row already. And I kind of meet her every year because they have a rice festival in the area.
I see. Oh, Gina, boy.
Yeah. Shout out to Gina Page, man, and Dr. Rick Kittle. For sure.
Top-notch marketer, yo. Okay, I'm looking at it. I see what you got here.
Yeah, man. Let me know, man. I come back or whatever too. And you definitely welcome to come over there, huh?
Yeah, I ain't. But
anytime.
Shit. Let me hold on, yo. I thought I'm following you on TikTok, right?
Yeah, I thought so. I know you don't post a lot on
Nope. I need to figure out. I'm a you know.
If you like a YouTube cat from the jump, TikTok is crazy. You're like the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, I just felt like everybody was just bugged out. I was like, why they bugged out like that?
Yeah, they get a little carried away over there.
Yeah, a whole lot.
And then, they cut you off. You don't get a chance to talk. Some random nigga might mute your mic or something. It's crazy.
Yeah. So they let you do that?
Well, I mean, it depends on, like, if she got mods in there, like sometimes you could just collect a bunch of mods, and if they're op or if they don't like your opposing view on shit, your ass gets shut down. You don't even.
Yeah, people, they had to start cussing people out. Like, yo, stop muting them out.
Yeah. So I like it where you have at least an exchange. I don't debate on there though. Like all of the debates that I've done will be on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And anybody that anybody want to see those, make sure y'all go ahead and check the channel for that. But all of the debates.
There you go. Damn. So she got a YouTube channel.
Who?
Tracy. Pumpkin. So she got YouTube. She put this shit on YouTube. So I'm gonna find the one when I was on there.
Yeah. I didn't even know she had the YouTube, yo. Damn. I know there's a lot of shit on her YouTube then, because that shit is probably what she posts all of her shit.
Listen, man. Listen, bro. I went to another look, man. They got on my day. I taught that shit. I start rage, man. Then if you get down there, you're old man. I'm like, all right. I said, okay, I like that. Bet. And I start breaking out my proper voice on them.
Yo, it's crazy in there, man.
Trolley arrangement. Yeah, I like that. I like my new job.
Yeah, Pumpkin room, all right. You know what I'm saying? Her room's not bad.
While you out of audio, I gotta get on your thing. Hold on, yo. Let me.
I want to see that video, man. Send that shit to me.
You gotta go to. Let me see.
Hold you gotta on. See. She gotta.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, though. Here's the channel. Look, it's capital T, Aura, ESE 2658.
I'm gonna follow her.
So I tell you what, put at TRESE 2658.
Hang on, I'm gonna do you better.
Yep, that's it right there. She got this. She be uploading on there. Yeah, you're gonna have to start uploading your shit from there on there.
Yeah, that's one thing I ain't been doing. Like I haven't uploaded.
You could download it. You could download that.
Yeah, the whole lot. Like if you go live on TikTok, it'll save it for you for I think 30 days or whatever, and then you just download it. So if you got your computer, bloop,
you got your phone. You can download on your phone.
Yeah, yeah, because you got the app, so you can do it on your phone too.
Yeah, you have to bring me up the speed on that. I'm definitely going over there. You gotta have a different kind of style to deal with them, yo, because old man, look at you, look at that.
Man, I don't give a damn what they say. I'll go at their next.
What? Yeah,
especially with the information. A lot of them cats scared to debate us. So like it's mostly just we get in the room, they'll be talking junk, and non-back sources and stuff. But we try to set up debates so at least two people can get in there and at least discuss what their differences is.
So hold on, I thought I subscribed to you on TikTok. Port City,
you did
right?
Too. Yeah, Port City. I got two of them on there. So
hold on, PORT.
City.
A space.
Port City. Huh?
Is it a space?
No, it should be all one word. So Port City vibes. Or you can do space. Yeah, you can do Port City and then vibes. VIBES.
Let me see.
But I thought we was following each other though. For a minute.
This one we was, yo. No results.
What?
Yeah, man. Oh, okay.
they trying to discriminate around here on TikTok.
No,
bro.
it's probably me, yo. I'm just none of this shit.
I could have sworn we was following each other because
Thought we was, bro.
You messaged me when you first got up on here. I remember.
Port City vibes. I got it. I did. Follow back. All right. Well, damn. I could have. Somebody.
You ain't follow me back.
No.
Oh, there you go.
I just
All
did.
Right. All right, we
you
locked
in.
in.
Your sheen and shit. You was.
We are locked in.
You on this motherfucker devil? There's a bunch of the idiots, yo. The young idiots.
They are, man. You watch them clips. You'll be rolling. So I be making fun of them, man. All that they're mad at me, man. They say they call me an Asian and shit.
Yeah,
they don't call me Port City. They say it. They call me Port Chalk City. They got nicknames for niggas over there. It's funny.
And there's the evidence right there that shows.
Oh, remember him?
Yeah, nigga was it.
You remember him?
Yeah, he came over on Dr. Mia's show, right?
Yo, yeah. Oh. I debated him, yo. You gotta watch that debate we did. This was like what, 2 years ago?
He was an idiot, yo.
Earth Speaks, y'all. Whoever on TikTok, y'all know who Earth Speaks is.
Is he still on there? I think he faded out.
He is. I think
he burned himself out.
He was now. He popped up. He popped up today on somebody's live.
Did he?
Oh yeah. And just as reckless as he was when he came on your joint, like worse.
Yo, they all be that too. They all be reckless. Yo, I'll be like, man.
Hold on, reckless. So I come across a video and I'll be trying to debunk it on the spot. You know what I'm saying? I'll make a counter video to it because there's a lot of misinformation. Like the Moors.
Oh yeah, all of they just trying to because they ran over there. They can get away with that on YouTube a little bit.
Yeah, YouTube, y'all, you know, they got their ass whooped over here. So they go over there with it and they got an audience.
Yeah,
people are like they shit. Then they'll grow and then they'll be this pseudo.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? 30,000 followers later. You like, damn, this dude, I get to that. So that's what happened over there. So like, you know, you got to check them cats, man. Like I don't let them go unchecked. Then they block you. So you'll have somebody that might be cool. He'll go back and forth with you, and then they might block you at the end. If they get like, if they feel like, damn, I can't shake this motherfucker, they'll just block you.
Hey, got me.
Yeah, and they'll keep teaching. So all they got to do is open their phone up, man. It's like 40, 50 people in there in a jump, and then they can get the room up to like at least 100 people. Depending on who's spreading the information. And people eat it up.
Really?
They eat that stuff up, man.
Yeah, what's the benefit in that though, having 100 people watching?
I mean, you just get an audience. So like say if you on there, you know what I'm saying, and if you want to get people to like say you got your live now or whatever, you can do a live on YouTube and tell everybody to come over. Or like or vice versa, or do your lives on TikTok and then just download them on here if you wanted to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to start doing that. I just don't go on live as much on TikTok.
Oh yeah, you stop. You kind of slow down.
Yeah, like I'll go on live, but I don't do my own live. So if I'm in a room, it's usually in a syndicate room. So like Susan, Mo, any one of the fellas that I roll with, or usually have a live or something like that. So I'll go in a room, and then we'll have our little team of people that's in there, and then we'll just kind of go in there. We'll have a topic that's on the board, and then people will come in there and debate the topic whether they agree with it or not. So we just look at people who say the slave trade didn't happen, DNA's fake, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then the conversations will start. And then typically if it's a good debate, you'll have a good exchange and stuff, and you just control the flow of the room, and that's it. And then it's all recorded if you do it. Now if somebody else hosting it, you ain't gonna be able to record it unless they send you their copy of it. Yeah, but if you do your own live, just like now, you could be on there. You can have your phone set up. You know what I mean? And then do both. Or shut your TikTok down and be like, all right, y'all come to YouTube. Just depends on where you want your crowd.
Y'all sharing screens and shit. That's crazy. Shit, we come behind you. That's kind of slick.
Yeah, now usually you set it up and then you get like a couple of boxes and stuff, and you can control those and stuff. It's not bad. What I don't like about it is when you're sharing information And you know how we can share information over here? You see that shit on the whole page. It's like, it's poster style. On your phone over there, I don't like that copy and paste. It's like, you know, I'm at the age where I gotta wear glasses and shit, so I can't see all the information sometimes that they be putting on there. So I'd rather see it on on YouTube. Right. You dig what I'm saying? Like, it's just smaller. But it depends, you know. I think you get more crowd participation, I think, on TikTok, depending on what y'all talking about sometimes. So it just depends.
Yeah, I can get a lot of people up there. It should get hectic sometimes, bro. You know how I get.
Yeah, it get crazy, man. Sometimes you will get burnt out. Like if you doing a live all the time, it can burn you out.
Cause you gotta meet people out. No decorum, yo.
No decorum. Ain't nobody trying to like hear you talk. People talking over you. You gotta like get over. Like over here is organized, and that's what I miss about YouTube.
Yeah.
The organization, the control factor. You know what I'm saying?
Control it.
Right. And you get your point across. I get my point across. We don't gotta agree, but we at least gotta get our point across.
Yeah, we gotta get a point across, yo.
And that's what I don't like over there. A lot of times you get in rooms and it's like if I see niggas just arguing and ain't nobody showing no facts, I ain't even gonna hang in a room like that.
Because it's hard. It don't make no sense.
It don't make no sense. Ain't nobody showing nothing, no receipts. Y'all just arguing with each other. We can do that in the streets.
Yeah,
I'm at least trying to show a receipt.
Yeah, they gonna win. That's how they win, though.
Yeah,
I see you, Baltimore Bandit. What's good, brother? I ain't seen you in a minute. Pop up in that server again. Yeah. So now, man, I appreciate you sliding through, man. I'm gonna close out. We passed the 2-hour mark, man. I try to keep right there, man. I just wanted to, kick it with the syndicate a little bit.
All day, man. You are always welcome. Welcome to the smoking section, dog, because that's all we do. Smoke these daggone hot glue feather wearing individuals. And y'all know who I'm talking about. I know y'all niggas listening. That's right. He's still here. Don't get it twisted. All right, All
right, man. Appreciate you, bro, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all great, man.
I love what you do, man. Keep doing it. Shout out to Juju. I'm out, man.
Yeah, same here too, man. I appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah, come hang out with us, man. Like Sutan, Mo, me, Sleepy.
Me, Sutek. You talking about Sutek?
Sutek over there. Hell yeah, Sutek. Sutek be killing them jobs. They scared of that nigga.
I know they is.
Yeah. Sutek, my man's in them over there, yo. Sutek over there. It's like we got our corner just locked.
I was over there on Sutek. I was over there on this thing. Sometimes he ever live too, right?
Yeah, Sutek will go live in the morning sometimes. Yeah, come on over there, yo. Sutek, Shaka, Savage.
Sutek, I had to get over here.
There's a bunch of us over there now, bro. It's crazy. It's like a
Sutek came with the tools. He came with the weapons. He already had the weapons.
Yeah, Sutek vicious. So yeah, he gets down over there.
He came with the weapons. Reggie.
What up, Reggie?
Yeah, I can go a couple more minutes. I got the Supreme.
What up, Reg?
Supreme Black Egyptian.
How you doing? Oh, my man.
What's up?
My man.
What's good?
Hey, man, just stopping through, showing you a lot of love. Good job. Stepping up to the plate and pushing them back and showing where they pseudos and where they scamming. So that was a good job. And in the last I think the last show you did with the other to do with the herbs, right? Good job.
Oh yeah, I ain't even get him yet. Like he tripping. And he gonna get finished though. That's easy work.
Good job.
Promote herbs.
So I'm in the background. Watch this. I'm basically I've met all the requirements to be monetized, right?
Okay.
But I gotta call you on the phone.
Okay.
Even though that worked, I don't think that's gonna work for me. So I'm just tired of giving out information.
Why it ain't gonna work for you? What you mean?
Well, look, I've been monetized for I don't know, maybe about 3-4 weeks. I guess I'm not putting enough content.
How much you got? $10? How much you got? How much
they didn't even put up enough.
Hey, it's exponential, Reggie. You know what I'm saying? It's exponential. It's like it's a hockey stick. You got it.
Yeah, I can't. Listen. Look, it's better for me to get cash apps than than
Oh
that.
yeah, right now. Yeah, right now. You can get if you go hard, you can get it up to 400, 500.
I can't go as hard as you guys. Your guys are professionals. I can't go hard like that, man. And then I put up information, and it's free, and people borrow my information, respin it.
Hold on, Poor City. Chilembe say shoulder skull.
Oh yeah, this
You
right
was holding
here
a skull
is
in your damn head.
this
Look,
the
listen,
Kong Chow.
hold
Yo,
on for a minute, yo.
I'm really into this shit, yo.
No, hold on, yo.
That's your skull?
That's my skull.
Wait a minute, yo.
I got that shit.
Seen you hold the motherfucker up. Listen to what I'm saying. I was like, oh, that's a picture.
No, that's a real skull, my dude.
Oh, listen to me,
And
man.
that's
It
your
hit
skull.
me. He was talking about the tongue baby. What's it called? The tongue baby, right?
The town child is, I think that's
Tongue child, right? You would hold it up, right? I was in my mind, yo. I was like, this nigga ain't holding no skull up. It's a picture of it, right? And look, and then Slim say, tell him to hold it back up. So
it's you, right? That's your skull.
Because you know they had it on a rock.
Skull, but it ain't me. This right here came all the way from South. I got it from South Africa, from the university down there. They got an anthropology university down there, and I was interested in trying to find some skull artifacts. And this is a replica of the skull that was discovered in South Africa, in I think Johannesburg, right, in whenever that date was that we said. And what's so special about this particular skull and what changed everything is the foramen magnum. The foramen magnum is a hole that's up under the base of the skull, right? And humans, starting all the way from Sahelanthropus, right? You have a foramen magnum that's under the base of the skull. That's what marks humanity. Yeah. So you got Sahelanthropus. That one is about what 8 million years ago, and then you got Australopithecus. All of those hominids that split from the chimpanzee walked upright, just like this child did in South Africa about 2.3 million years ago. And that's why I had this, y'all, because this right here is this skull that changed everything. Is this skull that made you think that, you know what, we might need to look in Africa for these rock records. We might need to look down there because we're lost up here in Essex. I think it was Essex, England or something, the Peltdown Man. But yeah, it was this skull right here changed everything. That's it.
Well, Port City, I do wanna say that Uncle Keck and the Amin Ra Squad walked inside the Natural Museum of History in New York, walked into the lab where the PhDs hang out, right? Where they explain it. And Ankh did his thing with about 4 or 5 different skulls, right? He was one of the first people to actually do it. And then the PhD that was there, he had to stop and he had to start listening. And then there was a guy from Germany, right? And he goes, Ankh and a PhD and this guy who likes to work from Germany with members of the Amin Ra Squad in the building at the Museum of Natural History. One day you got to replay that, Ankh.
I got to go to that, John. I went to the Met, but I hadn't been to that one.
You got to go. That is
the Brooklyn one. Y'all got the Met, the Brooklyn, and then the one you just talked about, right?
Museum of Natural. Oh, you got to go there because
next time I go, I'm gonna make it a point to go for sure.
Okay, well, email me if I'm free. I'll make sure that you get in, right?
Okay.
And all of those museums have libraries. So people don't know the Museum of Natural History got a library, right? And they keep you up to date with all of the anthropological journals that's there. So a museum ain't a museum. Ankh knows this unless it got a library.
Yeah, that's the real deal. Yeah. Sahelanthropus chadensis, if I'm pronouncing that right. That's right down there in the chat. But that particular skull was
Sahelanthropus.
Damn, I just said it. Now I can't say that shit no more.
You messing me up, man. I ain't gonna let you mess me up, man. Sahelanthropus. Sahelanthropus.
We got to practice that shit, y'all, before we say it.
So all right, then this one. It's another one that rewrites the early chapter. You know why this was why this was famous right here? Why Artie? It's
Ardipithecus
things, but it's Artie though. You know what? You know what make this famous? Look at it. Because it proved that humans did not come from knuckle walking apes. And you just said that. This particular find right here proves that we did not come from knuckle walking apes.
Right. And that's because in that particular hominid that you're looking at, and in this one, and in every one that created that line, that this hole is the most important part of walking. In that particular hominid, in us, this is what we have. Now, anybody that walk on all fours or knuckle draggers, right? That hole is in the distal towards the occipital region.
Towards the back.
Correct. So that's what you see in dogs. That's what you see in anything that walk on all fours, or what you call, knuckle draggers. But the early Sahelanthropus, that you see an evolution of the movement of the foramen magnum. You understand what I'm saying? So when that split happened, it was a little towards the occipital, but along comes Australopithecus, Ardipithecus, and then it slowly moves towards the base in that center. And that's the hallmark of walking upright for everybody.
Yeah.
The only ones can do shit like that.
Even knuckle walking in itself is its own evolutionary lane. You know what I'm saying? It ain't one that come from the other. Like they both went through his own, evolutionary route. Well, even if you look at bonobos are more, terrestrial more so than common or robust chimps. If you look at their limbs, they're a little bit more, they knuckle walkers, but they're a little bit more like, locomote, a little bit more bipedal than
a little bit of a combination of both, right?
Yeah.
Public service announcement: if there's any Hebrews or Christians on the platform still on, right? Don't talk about anything archaeological unless you want to talk about this. We don't hear your biblical BS dribble. Whatever you do, if you're not talking about Africa and you're not talking about origin of humanity, stay with your pseudo stuff. Don't talk about science and archaeology and all of that if you don't want to deal with this.
Exactly. And also I had to check that. I had to check something too from earlier. Proto-Sinaitic come from the Middle Bronze Age. There was no Hebrew in the Middle Bronze Age era. You know what I'm saying? So what were those Proto-Sinaitic people that were using that script? You know what I'm saying? They most likely the ancestors of Hebrews. They, other or more older proto west or northwestern Semitic speakers. You know what I'm saying, or Canaanites or whatever.
Yeah, Hebrews is a Greek word. So if that's where they start in Hebrews to Negroes, then you starting in the Greek period. You're out of your lane, you Hebrews. Just keep teaching your little bubbles, right? But don't bring that stuff over here. We're not gonna hear that psychobabble. We're not gonna do it because see, the stuff that they borrow and steal from science, right? Then what they do is they make it their own, and then they try to make it like it's science. That's the scam, right? But they never did the real research. What's the best Hebrew Israelite scientist? Give me one of them that's a PhD. Is there any PhD Hebrew Israelites? Oh, so they're taking it from the European, but they hate the European. The European is the devil, right? He's the white man, right? But you taking all his information, and then you're receiving it, and then what you're doing is you're repackaging it for your psychobabble. We don't respect you. I don't respect you. I don't. Show me your library card and show me your college education. I don't respect you, right? No, I don't respect. I mean, I have respect for individuals because they're personal, but once they start using that book, I don't respect you, right? You want to start, where do you want to start? Moses? We don't see Moses to the 4th century BC, right? So what were they doing before Moses? But you want to lie to us, right, with your origin, and then you want to bring this stuff into Africa? Well, let me just tell you this, right? You're not even, well, you find yourselves in the Greek period. But anyway, we're talking about real science. So I'm gonna let you brothers continue on the real science. But if any Hebrews are still here, right? This is real science. What y'all talking about, it don't fit in here because you're looking at a Cain and Adam and Eve in a rib. You don't even know, your book doesn't say that was taken from a rib. It was taken from Adam's side. But that's not scientific. Are you serious?
They're dead ass serious, Reggie. They mean what they say. It's a shame, ain't it?
It's just ignorance, man. The lady told me I was on. Man, hopefully, when I hit New York, I can catch up with Sabir Bay, though.
Sabir's not in New York. He's in Philly, right?
No, he was in New York the other day.
Oh, he just did a drive-by.
He called me up, so I think he still might be in town.
Oh, you coming to New York soon?
I'm coming. Yeah, be there.
Oh, we gonna walk.
You can hang out with us, yo. We're going to see Professor Dave at a vaccine debate.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So and when I'll come televise it, maybe y'all want to hang out with Uncle Keck and Brother Reggie when he come to New York. You want to like the old days, huh?
The old days.
Yeah, the old days.
Old days is still upon us, bro. They ain't gone nowhere.
And guess what?
For speed, for time.
If we go to the Met, we're not going to the Egyptian wing.
No, we ain't going to Egyptian.
We're not going to the Egyptian wing.
I was already there.
We're not going there no more.
I seen it.
You seen the new exhibit?
I didn't see the new one. I saw what Sheikh Diop had a spot in there, right?
African Diaspora Civilization.
I saw that.
I saw that too.
Whatever they had in Egyptian stuff. I was really interested in the Acheulean stone tools and stuff that they had in there. I don't know if y'all noticed that. That's another thing about science. They got stone tools to correlate with these archaeological digs. So for every Australopithecus that they found or whatever, there's some type of stone tool kit that can go with them. And I think the first stone tools that you had coming out of Africa was the hand axe, and then they started making them into these stone tools that you see in the, like you start seeing evolution of them. You see 70 million year old stone tools in South Africa. Looking,
I think we can look at the Museum of Natural History for that. The Met, they wouldn't necessarily.
I'm sure they probably got more than that at that one. I just noticed when I first came. I don't know if it's still housed in that same spot. I just remember looking to the left, and I'm like, damn, they got all these stone tools here. That's crazy.
Indeed,
amazed by it. But this was like 3 or 4 years ago, I think, Reggie.
Yeah,
the governor Odisha, right?
Yeah, you was in a pre-dynastic area, but now they have this new exhibition on basically the art of Africa on the other side. But I didn't see any stone tools there. But in the Museum of Natural History, I believe that there's more stone tools.
Okay, I would definitely want to see that.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. August coming, so we can go to the Museum of Natural History, and recall some points and look and if he goes to the Met, we will go into the art of Africa, where we can look at West Africa. Ain't no Hebrews to Negroes.
I like the Hebrew section though.
Oh yeah, that's still closed, but there ain't no Hebrews.
They still got it closed.
Yeah, yes, that whole wing is still closed. This should be opening soon, by probably November. But in the art of Africa, there's not one gibberish on the Hebrews. You're lying. You're lying.
Got no Hebrews in that, bro.
You're lying.
Yeah,
Hebrews to Negroes.
Yeah, no Hebrews nowhere, yo.
You're lying.
See, y'all forgot it's paleo, man. Y'all missing the whole point. It's paleo.
Man said the paleo before the. I was like, what, yo?
Y'all missed that.
You know, he was mixing up a written language with a spoken language. You know that, right?
Yes. And so he's babbling words that without any sources, but we got to pay $9.99 to hear his 4-hour videos, but ain't nothing peer reviewed. He's stealing from the white man.
Stealing from
where the white man sources.
Yeah.
And you got to pay for him.
And he got $100. I was like, what, yo? He double talk that.
And we all can get this shit for free.
It's free. It's free. It's free. What? I thought you said, no, once you subscribe.
There's a firewall to the information. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, man. He ain't got no archaeology, bro. He ain't mess with that. Yep.
Let him walk into the museum of the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the African wing that talks about those areas in Benin and stuff like that. You're not gonna find none of the gibberish in a museum. If you can't find it in the museum,
it ain't real.
Because the museum has the actual artifacts.
You even got you got dinosaur bones in the museum, Joe. Think about that, yo.
Oh, you got niggas saying that we was walking with the dinosaurs. I don't know if y'all heard this shit or not.
That's a Discovery Museum.
They say we was walking with dinosaurs during the age of Pangea. Y'all believe that shit?
Damn, somebody just said that. What the fuck was I listening to? They just said that. That was
like for a year. Watch out now. I'm just going to y'all.
Oh, Sabir Bay.
Oh, Sabir said that?
Yeah, we was
get
with
that.
dinosaurs, yo.
Let me get that.
Dinosaurs.
They have Hebrew
apex predators, y'all. Dinosaurs. Breathing the same air now, as a dinosaur. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine breathing the same air as a dinosaur?
No.
Yeah,
I don't even think the air quality was decent for humans back then.
It had different. That thing had a different oxygen level.
Yeah, they had to breathe different. They had to, that's why they were so fucking big and huge, because of the oxygen level.
They don't believe. First of all, they don't believe in that. But here's the problem. If you go into the Sahel and Northern Africa, right, you will see dinosaur bones. You see whale bones. You'll see dinosaur bones. So basically, with the Cave of the Beast and stuff like that, what they probably did is they stumbled on these old fossils. Right?
They had one, I don't know if this is the right name, Nigrosaurus or something. Nigeria. Nigrosaurus, some shit like that. I don't know.
Well, if it was in Niger, that I can accept it.
In Niger. But no, they do have prehistoric science, they find, but we didn't exist with human, like humans didn't exist 250 million years ago. No. And that's what these young brothers are saying, Reggie. They saying we walked and we tamed down. I got a video somewhere around here where a brother had said that.
Well, there's extinct species and species like the Komodo dragon and stuff like that, right? These right. But the mind wanders, especially when they smoking cannabis. The early Yahweh is smoking cannabis on dung. You heard that, right? In the temples, they put dung to make sure that the heat wasn't too high, so it smothers. And then they put their cannabis on it, and then they envisioned fantasized about their God.
Like that was like the original dipper.
Yeah, right on dung, right? So they y'all know what dung is, right?
I think we all know, Reggie.
They done burnt that dung, mixed that in
for hallucination purposes,
and then they added a little frankincense or myrrh to kind of like make. But that's what the early Yahweh stood. That's your history, Hebrew.
Dipper right there. I didn't know that, Reggie. Reggie always putting us on with stuff I did not know.
Fake Hebrews. And so then that's how you got close to your God, through some
hallucination, right?
Hallucination.
Yeah.
That's why y'all draw Asherah and Yahweh. And Ankh helped us. Ankh was one of the first people that showed those images of Asherah and Yahweh, right? Looking like donkeys, right? Yeah, you was on cannabis.
Unfortunately.
Now y'all act like y'all don't want to smoke cannabis. Hey. But your fake forefathers did.
They did. It's of the earth.
With dung,
not dipping it in the dung though. That part right there, I'm like, nah, I don't know. I ain't trying to see God like that. You know, if it requires me to do all of that to get to the gates, I'm okay. I'm all right. I'd rather just be sober on this earth.
Yeah, on this little grain that's in the universe. So Earth is like a fraction of a grain in this mighty universe, and then Yahweh is going to shrink his ass down to a grain, right? In a grain of salt, right, or sand. He's going to shrink his ass down to that little thing and be caring about the little molecules on that grain of sand, right? I don't. Yeah. So you gotta y'all people young people y'all gotta stop this, man. Yeah, and you're putting this in your what's the show that you do? Stop lying to black people, or Garfield do that. Stop lying to black people.
That's a good.
Stop lying to us, man.
Stop capping.
Right. You're messing up scripts. Yeah, like Ankh said, you're putting language on scripts, right? And you know full goddamn well that you speak in Yiddish, right? And trying to pronounce transliterations.
Well, now it's just content, man. They don't care no more. You know, half the time they used to care. They believe in what they say. A lot of these cats don't believe that shit. They got a script and they take the information and they can be told wrong. I don't know how many different ways.
You can't find a full script of people that you would want to call Hebrews. Proto. You can't even proto Hebrew script. You can ask Gullah, right? You can't find a full script. I mean, more than a few lines. They got the Silver Scroll. How big is the Silver Scroll?
There you go. The what? Oh.
It's like
prayer scroll
magazine.
No, it's a pendant. They was selling magic pendants. So let's do this. Here you go. I got him on. See, this is the pseudoisms, yo. They still doing.
Oh shit! I think I did see this clip somewhere.
Here you go.
This the dinosaur.
No, he talking about Bantu.
See what I'm saying?
So here's the question: if we were here before the transatlantic slave trade, where did we come from?
Different. You heard us to talk about the Pangea, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was all connected.
We migrated from all over.
We was traveling.
It's all connected.
Look, I got a map. I have a map, brother, and it will blow your mind. The first oldest map in the world is by a Muslim named Idrisi.
Mm-hmm.
Idris.
Is that map like upside down? It looks upside down, but it's the
yeah. It's not. It looks like it's upside down, right, but it's not. Correct. But I saw the original one when I was in Spain. Mm-hmm. It's on the wall.
Wow. And
they'll tell you the history about it. So if you don't understand that connection, so we were coming back and forth long before that, long before the Europeans even came here.
You know, I remember the pseudo killers. You ever heard of them? Ankh and all of them. Ankh.
Yeah.
Ankh West and all of them.
Oh, shout out to Ankh. Yeah,
shout out to my man.
Shout out to Ankh, man.
They teach that no, we was not here before the transatlantic slave trade.
I don't see. This is the thing. One thing
I disagree with them on that.
I do too. But this is the thing. People don't read everything, brother. They read one source or they may get it off of Wikipedia. Mm-hmm. Most of your scholars, brother, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Never even left the United States. They probably went to Egypt or Ghana. That's the only two places they're gonna go. You're not gonna find nothing there. I'm gonna keep it real with you. If you ask the average person that comes on your feed, how far have you traveled? I can tell you where they went, and it's Egypt or Ghana. That's about it. Probably the only two places they've been. But if you don't understand geography, or if you never seen old maps, the oldest maps is in Philadelphia, son.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so here's the game.
Wow.
In his mind, he actually thinks that we gotta go every damn place. In actuality, you don't gotta go nowhere. You can sit right in your house, pull up scientific sources, and learn about the whole world. You know?
That's it.
Right? Because even if you go to Egypt, or even if you go to the place he go to, right, you're still not an expert.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if I go to where they found Artie at, right? And it's a museum. I'm going in the museum. I see it. It still doesn't change what that artifact represents. I can't reclassify it. It's good to say, yo, I've been there to this Nairobi museum. That's a great thing. I've been to the place where they found it at. That's a great thing. But it still doesn't produce the scientific data. You go in these places do not produce scientific data. It's just part of your bucket list. Right? Now, if you happen to be like Anthony Broder and he's been part of archaeological dig, that's a whole nother level right there. That's different, right? But even he messed that up with the ancestors told me that the here you go, find me. That's crazy as hell.
He found a symbol over there too that we haven't seen yet either.
Yes,
he's looking at he's looking at most likely a bot symbol, early bot symbol that they repurposed in that period, and he's saying that that's the Sankofa.
Because I haven't seen it yet. I was waiting for it. It's been years. I remember when he first said it. I
no, he showed it.
Okay, did he?
Okay. Yeah, pseudo. No, he doesn't have any evidence.
I figured
I'm not gonna get into it. He just sold a symbol that resembled some other African symbols. And he don't got that. He's just talking.
Yeah. And I like Browder, but it is what it is. I went to the Egypt on Potomac trip. I'm from DC, so I went to one. I think I was 16 years old when I went to Egypt. Yeah, that's how I started out. He got me early, yo. I ain't gonna front. Yeah, look, I was looking at dollar bills and shit. Look at the back of the dollar bill, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I went on that trip. I was on there.
Yeah, I knew of him because my brother was an Alpha, and not Alpha Phi Alpha, and that was his mentor. But I was with Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark. They was alive, and this was in 1980, 87, 88. So he was so Dr. Ben and them was still they took up all the air. All of the rest of them was just trying to find some little place to land on. So now Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark and many of the greats, Asa Hilliard, Jacob Carruthers, they're all gone. And so now what they're offering is mainstream, but the old stuff was better.
Yeah.
The masonry stuff and all that stuff. Look, we have a deep time period, right? We don't really need that, but that means you're giving some credit to masonry that doesn't have anything directly to do to us, except for we can join it, right?
Man. Hey, it's a long road there, bro. And all I say is I'm glad to be a part of the long goddamn road.
Going the right way, though. It's about going the right way down the right road.
Yeah, you can't make
if you're going down the wrong road, you can always stop and turn around. Especially if you hear niggas saying, stop. You're going the wrong way. That's the pseudo lane there.
Man, it's entertainment. So the problem is you do some entertainment here because you Ankh and y'all make them, y'all help us y'all help us laugh at them, right? So that's entertaining, but it's entertaining with information. They stay on the fantasy, lighting up cannabis on dung. That's where they stay. They like and being on alcohol and stuff like that.
Niggas be drinking on their lives, bro. I seen niggas with it was crazy. With the cognac.
Up to Brother Lau. Peace to Brother Lau.
Now I don't got nothing with drinking. And you do whatever you want to do, but like, come on.
No, they drunk. They not drinking.
Don't get on here and get drunk by the end of your life. You like, man, we was everywhere, man.
Yeah, you can't do it, yo. You can't high level signs drunk, yo.
High level.
Is it somebody called Ankh a negative name, but he's on there smoking weed? I never seen nothing like that. So his high was different than a high that Ankh has not been on for 30 years.
High is high to me, bro. You already know, I know.
Right? And he's proud of his high. We crazy, yo.
Niggas be drunk, drinking. Alcohol is a drug, huh? Alcohol is a drug. What? Alcohol is a drug. Wow.
Chief X or Chief, whatever the chief is, right? Whatever his name is, he be so high, he be red.
He be drunk. Grady.
So drunk.
What?
His color change and all that, right? He's so, oh man.
Lit.
Lit.
Them up.
No, drunk.
Drunk, not even lit. You just
he be stumbling that shit, be funny as shit, man. I used to tell niggas he's drunk, you know. He was like, "Come on, Ankh." I said, "Yo, this man is drinking."
He fucked up.
And then look at all of the people that followed him with that Mediterranean stuff and all of that. Oh, man, so listen, man, Port City, I'm glad that you are on and you know you're shining with Ankh and and Gullah's on the side. I mean, just to check into information. But our people really want entertainment. I'm not an entertainer.
Yeah, I noticed that too. You know, part of it is entertaining, but I like to come with at least some receipts and value to what I'm saying to the people. I think we all kind of had that. But you know, is it entertainment? It depends on what platform you on. So we on the TikTok. TikTok is about entertainment. It ain't about teaching people information. You know what I mean? Same thing with YouTube. It's about entertaining the viewer. So I think we as people to do what we need to, we have to look at it as like we just got to find ways to just try to work with the system that we got to use with.
We'll just verify information.
Yeah.
Who believe, just try to verify, right?
Make it interesting and stuff. The crowd is younger and the attention span is short.
Hold on, y'all. Keep talking. I found that moment I was looking for with Broad. Said the ancestors told him to dig them up and put them in the white man museum.
Yo.
Let me get that.
Yeah.
Keep having the discourse.
But yeah, go ahead. Get that. I
got to do it.
All right.
I mean, and these are
the
like,
attention span though, Reggie. Like back when y'all was doing y'all thing, right? You on YouTube.
Who's y'all?
Yeah.
Who's y'all?
I saw you, Reggie. I saw
no,
everybody
but that's
on
me.
YouTube.
That's Reggie. But when I see I'm not associating
when I
myself
see my
with
elders,
y'all.
right? When I would see you guys, my attention span was long, man. I could watch y'all for like hours. You know what I mean? They don't got no attention span like that now. 3 minutes, and you better fight to get that, Reggie. 3 minutes. You better say everything you got to say about history in 3 minutes too. That's another thing.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So you have to take all that down, condense it, just put it in a delivery where people can take the information for what it is.
And wear a funny hat.
Something.
You gotta wear funny. You gotta wear. You have to have a 19 keys hat. You gotta come out there like super.
There you go. That's where you see the costumes at and the dress.
Costume.
You dig what I'm saying? And all that is entertainment. It's the minstrel show.
Yeah. Or you gotta have 2-3 women. You gotta have two, three women. You gotta have a funny hat and talk slick.
Talk real slick.
And eat a lot of lamb.
That's
you gotta be fucked up, that's right. Yeah.
Get somebody to read the shit for you,
Read.
Right. But that's what I think the attention span has gotten like real small. Like I think people don't got a large attention span. So
because they lost.
Right.
So we work hard to save our people because our fight is really, really long. Right. And you got people conning people. So you got the FBAs now. So they're now bigger than the indigenous, right? The indigenous groups. You got the flat earthers, they're done. You still got access, and you still got some indigenous groups, right? Playing around, but they're dying. They're still here. But the big thing right now is the FBA people.
Speaking of which, right? FBA. When I first heard that shit, damn, foundational Black Americans. That shit hit hard. And then they was like HR 40. I'm like, oh shit. We talking now. And then look at where we're at now. You go on any live on TikTok, they're not talking about HR 40. They're not talking about reparations. They're talking about Caribbean Black people.
And Africans. They go all the way to Nigeria and find somebody with their shoes off or poor who
talk
don't
shit
know
about
nothing
them.
about. Huh?
Now, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They talk shit about them. They don't talk shit about them fucking Afrikaners that came over here. I hadn't heard one FBA person say anything about them.
No, they're integrationists.
But we just gonna let the FR, like, what's going on?
Because we built America. We built America, y'all. We foundational Black Americans. We built America. Man, we were enslaved and super exploited. We don't own nothing, but we built America, right?
Right.
Like you just can't feed me that we built America and we don't own nothing.
Don't got nothing to show for the shit.
And they ain't did not one damn show on the law, right? So show me that you actually doing reparations work. You're asking the government to give you something that the government can't give you the way you're asking for it, right? You're asking to say that, okay, our ancestors were enslaved, but you don't know the Posner case that basically says a harm to your ancestors is not a harm to you, right? So you have to show harm, but you can't even show your grandmother's and your grandparents' names. Like, oh, my grandma was Big Mama, or my grandma was Miss Susie, right? You don't even know their full first and last name, where they was born at. You don't know nothing about your grandparents, nothing about them. But you foundational Black Americans, show me your ancestry chart. Show me your own lineage. I ain't never seen not one of them suckers come on and show you their grandparents, their great-grandparents, and their great-great-grandparents. Right? Have you ever seen it?
Nah, they're not into all of that. They're not in. I think the abos are more into the genealogy type stuff. These are well, they say they are, but these FBAs, it seems like it's something going on in that pot that's kind of like separating. In my opinion, I felt like the conversation was on reparations, even if it might be a long shot. Why are we talking about other shit? Like that's one thing I don't understand. I feel like it's been hijacked, and there's it's one of the things that keep us divided.
Well, you're right, because they don't know law. You can't talk about reparations if you don't know the legal cases, and you don't know equal protection laws. So if you don't know the 14th Amendment equal protection clause, right? If you don't know that, then you don't know why every time we start talking about ancestry and largely ancestry, and sometimes using the word Black, that those are filler words, because you can't tie yourself to your own ancestry. So if you can't, so that's what happened to the Pelham Former case. She tried to sue banks, right? Tried to sue banks, saying that the banks were involved in the slave trade, which they were. The problem was, it wasn't her ancestors, because she never proved it was her ancestors. She claimed it. So she couldn't show not one ancestor of hers, right, that was enslaved, that the banks showed harm. So the court threw it out in the appellate court. And Posner was nice, because he could have sanctioned her, right? He could have sanctioned the attorneys. Like, you go to federal court and you say, our ancestors was harmed, but you the plaintiff and you can't even show your ancestors were harmed. And then you're asking the court to do something that the court can't do, when there are people who can show harm from their ancestors. People in Tulsa, Oklahoma, people in Rosewood. You could show harm from your ancestors. You could show harm if you knew your grandfathers as they migrated to Chicago or New York or to Philadelphia, and how we were segregated and pushed to the side, and we never had a fair shake. But they don't do that because they don't know law. Like, any FBAs, pop on. I'm here.
Come on up. Definitely, because I want to understand why the mission changed. Like, you just talking about the wrong, like, it seemed like it's a hate group hating on other people from the diaspora. Like, we get nowhere if, like, I don't understand how we're going to get anywhere arguing with each other and then arguing with oppression at the same time, or the system, or the white man, whatever you want to call it. We can't argue it both at the same time and expect to win. If you're calling yourself a foundational Black person, and then you arguing with somebody that don't got nothing. What the hell is a Black Caribbean gonna do to change your circumstances. Not a damn thing.
They're not asking for reparations. They're not asking for reparations. And how many of
wasn't that the original talking point though?
Yeah, they're not asking what group of Caribbeans or Africans are asking for reparations. None.
See, that's what I'm saying.
How many Africans and African Caribbean descendants are there in the United States? 6 million. How many of us? Close to 38 to 40 million. Why are we concerned with the 6 million? Oh, they're going to take our jobs, right? Whose jobs are they taking from? The European jobs? Well, Europeans proven that they hire us in small batches. So of that, so why don't you, if you think a nurse, a Caribbean or African person who's a nurse is taking a job, well, guess what? Show me that you went to school to be a nurse. Show me that you went to school to be an engineer, right? No, you went to school for you didn't go to school. You didn't go to school for those jobs. So why don't you mention which jobs they're taking from us? Now the Latinos,
jobs that you don't go to school for or something like that. Like I can't get mad at somebody who bust their ass to get over here and they took an opportunity to do better. And you know what I'm saying? And if their grades and if they're making it, they're making. I'm like, what am I gonna hate on somebody that's from the diaspora for? I'll never understand.
But they only hating on black people.
That's exactly
5 million Latinos, Hispanic Latinos in this country. 65 million. And yes, do they hire us? Only in small batches. They hire their own.
Yeah.
Right? But they don't want to say nothing about the Latinos. Because when they get too loud, Big Hefe is going to send a Sicaro to their house.
They don't say nothing too loud on that.
They're not going to say a Cuban, right, is going to send their Sicaros to their house. They don't want that. So it's easy to talk about people who ain't going to harm you. But those 65 million Latinos, man. And then you know what? Black folks that are in the underworld, who get their work from the plug, they do it to those big mouths just on GP. But so that's why they don't want to talk about the 65 million Latinos. They want to talk about 6 million African Caribbean.
Yeah, that's it. The people that look just like them, that's gonna basically have the same values as you. You know what I'm saying? And have the same ideals and beliefs, but they won't say nothing about the Ukrainians that come over here. They won't say nothing about the white Afrikaners who came over here. They won't do that. It's a hating group. That's what I'm saying. Like it's when you look at Tyreek's live, all he do is talk shit about other people. I don't see no.
Look, Tariq Nasheed, in his beginning with Hidden Colors and all of that, I don't talk about him personally. But in the beginning, he went to all of my elders, right, and got that content. And he was successful. And then he's on his next phase. But originally, he got successful by talking about African peoples and
all of that. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, somebody hit me up and said, why are you talking about Brother Tariq? He gave money for Dr. Ben. Okay, I appreciate that. But Dr. Ben was not from this country. Right? So make that make sense. Dr. Ben's family is not from the United States, right? His mother's from the Virgin Islands. His father's purportedly to be from Ethiopia, right? Make it make sense. Make it make sense that Arthur Schomburg, right, who is a Latino Puerto Rican, Afro Puerto Rican, not from this country, came to this country and helped build one of the most important research centers that all of our greats went to. Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, right? Leo Hansberry, everybody. Make it make sense, you fake abos. I mean, you fake FBAs. Make it make sense. Come on, pop up. I'm here for you.
Reggie want all the smoke, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Come on in.
We don't like Pan-Africanists. Okay. You think we're stupid, right? What about the Black nationalist movement? You want to go to Pan-Africanism, but why don't you go to the better Black nationalist movement, who many of us really were? But you ain't got no attention span. You smoking cannabis on dung. Ankh, you found it yet?
Smoking that boat, that lie,
Right.
that water.
Yeah. So why don't you come in? Let's talk about Black nationalism.
You don't want to do that. I think they just want their own little thing. And then there's another group, ADOS or something like that.
Yeah, they began the process. They were the first ones to attack. But where is their reparations movement? I know what
I'm saying, Reggie. The ball has dropped on that discussion, and it's not gonna. We're never gonna get reparations. That's the point. That shit was just to pacify us.
No, we can get reparations, but not the way.
But hold on now. If no one's fighting for it, I mean, the only state that.
Oh no, people are fighting for it. These are
I'm just saying the movement, I think, is gonna hijack what we like. You know what I'm saying? Like the movement is gonna hijack this shit. I got a feeling that the movement is not gonna allow us to get what we need to get.
They don't want us. They're enemies of putting in a real claim. I'm gonna tell you that there are maybe 15 to 20 cities, right? And about 4 states that have commissions on reparations, right?
Yeah.
And the one that has given us the most,
I think California led, right?
No, California, that's where they were almost successful. Then what happened is they paused it and stopped it because they knew that they were going to be sued by the equal protection groups, right? Because you can't give someone just based on ancestry or just being based on Black. You have to give it to actual harm. So all of our studies, when they came out of studies, and then we had programs, right? We all got sued. So all of those programs got sued because of the wording was wrong. Equal protection, but they don't know the law. Hey, FBI ADOS, come here.
Ain't gonna come.
Come on, Unks page. Come talk to me and Port City.
We gotta have a discussion.
Come on. Let's talk law. Let's talk case law. Right?
None of them are going to do all of that. That's what I'm saying. It's just going to be another, like, FBA is going to be another hashtag internet shit. I'm telling you, because you can take that movement and do something with the shit.
Not the way it's constructed, and not with them. They don't have no education in law.
You know what I mean? When you got a movement, you can.
No, movement don't make reality.
If it's done right, I think we can get traction. But if
they're not smart enough,
that's the point. And it's profitable to be FBA for this nigga. So he ain't gonna
get a lot of clicks and giggles. I'm not gonna talk about Tariq Nasheed. One day I'll talk to him personally. I like to talk.
I don't got nothing against the brother, and I watched Hidden Colors and all that stuff, and I was when I first heard about the FBA movement. First thing that I heard was reparations. I was all for that shit. Yeah, man, foundational Black Americans.
No, they hurting.
HR 40. All right, let's get this shit started. All right, that's what I'm talking about. And then 2-3 years later, we're not talking about it as much. The conversations left the room. I'm going in these FBA rooms now, and this FBA nigga's talking about Caribbean Black people.
Yeah, they finding somebody.
I can't do that as a Pan-African. I'm sorry. And I will lead the whole group. Even if I am a quote unquote foundational Black person, I'm like, we always dropped off in different places off the boat. So I don't give a damn. Up in me, Pan-African, the Pan-Africanness in me is like, look, I'm not gonna forget about my brothers that was dropped off in Britain. I'm not gonna forget about my brothers that dropped off in South America. Any damn where the boat dropped us off at. These are my brothers.
I'm not gonna forget about the Black nationalist movement.
That too.
Right? Who included Stokely Carmichael, right? I'm not going to forget about all of those people who were here in America that came, that created the Black nationalist movement. And the Black nationalist movement extended to Pan-Africanism, but we don't have to talk about Pan-Africanism. We could talk about the movements in Black nationalism.
Right.
The boys, the boys, even the boys, Garvey, all of them, they were black nationalists, right? But they want to attack them on Pan-Africanism as if they think we stupid. Come on. I know there got to be some FBA nut here. Come on.
Yeah. The Pan-Africanism was the foundation of the shit.
No, black nationalism was.
When you say black nationalism, like I guess pertaining to,
come on,
like America.
Yeah, Noble Drew Ali was a black nationalist.
Them niggas.
Elijah Muhammad was a black nationalist. Marcus Garvey was a black nationalist. Malcolm X was a black nationalist. The Black Panther Party was black nationalist, right? All of these groups were black nationalists.
But they had a Pan-African foundation, though, right?
No, they claim what happens is, yes, from the black nationalism, we want to link to where we came from, right? Which is Africa. So we don't want to exclude them. But all of these movements was trying to feed, house, clothes black people in America. That's what we did first. But see, when you don't, I'm not talking about, when you don't read, you want to exclude the black nationalist community. That then it was a black nationalist community that then Pan-Africanism came later.
Okay, so we going black nationalism, Pan-Africanism, later FBA, right? Or years later.
Yeah, but they haven't done any work. But our foundational organizations, right? I could say foundational for the organizations that black people had. They were all black nationalism, and black nationalism is about sovereignty. It's about rights for our people, right? And so what they did is their movement is like a black nationalist movement, but excluding other people who from other places that came to help us, but they don't know that Crystal, the Haitian Revolution, and many Haitians came to America real early during the American Revolution and helped in major battles in South Carolina, but you want to exclude them.
Right. And that's what the part I don't like. I don't like excluding anybody that can contribute greatness to the group. Now, if you a coon and cooning, we don't need you in there. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. But like, you know, what am I going to hate on somebody that is a Nigerian? I'm a Nigerian. Shit. Genetically speaking.
Well, that's a problem. And then they want to exclude all of Africa, right? And our African heritage. And we was that when we got on the slave ship.
And yeah, I think that's a Eurocentric way of thinking right there. That right there. Cutting off shit. Respecting European boundaries that they put on us.
Yeah, and then we built America.
Right.
And so they stole us, they owe us, right? They stole our ancestors who were African, you dummies, right? That's who they stole, who became Africans in America with no rights, you dummies, right? Who themselves never called themselves FBA, Native Black Americans or Foundation. They never called themselves that. Every name that we have has a movement associated with it, you dummies, right? So FBA is not in history. So don't call me a FBA because I can look at my birth certificate, you dummies, right? Don't call any of us FBAs, right? Don't start calling grades that you select FBAs, you dummies, because they never called themselves FBAs, you dummies, right? You dummies don't understand that you shouldn't be thinking about people, separating people because they was dropped off in an island or a territory, right? But they was the same people. So I'm waiting for you. Click the link before the show ends.
They scared,
Let's talk
man.
about law, you dummies.
Come on up here. We're doing drop the link.
Yeah, if any of the FBAs want to come on.
No, I just want to know where the damn mission. What's the mission statement of the group? You know what I'm saying?
They ain't got no plan. Hustle.
What's the mission statement?
Hustle.
Has it changed? Are we talking about? I mean, I like to talk about reparations. Shit, I was motivated, y'all. I was truly motivated. I think they got me.
Yeah.
They got
click,
it.
click the link.
You got to pay $9.99, Reggie.
Yeah, $9.99.
You did. You got to pay $9.99, bro.
Yeah. Did you read this book? Not you. You fake. You foundational Black Americans. You read this book? African American History, a Journal of Liberation, right? By scholars created for the educational system, right? Did you read this book? It's about 200 pages long, right? It starts with human evolution, right? In one of the earliest African groups, you dummies, right? That's a whole chapter with a curriculum. Like, it has a curriculum, it has questions, it's educational, right? What about, let me see, here it goes right here. It starts with African, 2 million years of African history, you dummies, right? But you want to exclude that. So once you want to start excluding evolution, right? And connection, here's what we have problems talking about. Tawi civilization, people call it Kemet, right? Once you, watch this. Rock art.
Yeah, that's good. I like looking at
rock art. This is in a
wall
book called
paintings, cave drawings.
African American History, you dummies, right? So you don't want to be a part, and then you want to talk about cultures in there, like the Dogon people, right? The Snufu people, right? Benin, right? Okay, this all is in this book, and this is for K through 12, really, from 8 through 12, right?
Hey, what's the name of that book again, Reg?
It's called the African American History, a Journal of Liberation, and
hold it up for a second. African.
It was created for the school system, but the school system didn't want to take it. So you might find a few copies out. Look at this, African American History, right? You have the incense.
The Castile incense burner. That's right.
Yeah, all in this, right?
Yeah, man, that's a lot in there, huh?
Right. This is from from grades 8 through 12. But you people can't read, you FBAs. And if you can read, I know you can't write because you never wrote anything. Poor city. They don't write anything on FBAs.
No,
what do they write?
They don't have any foundation. The irony.
Yeah, they don't even have a leader. What's up, Hebrew Consciousness? What's up?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
What up?
What's going on?
Shalom. Shalom.
Yeah, peace to the channel, peace to the chat.
Peace and Black Atheist, brother.
I want to say this, man. My idealism of foundational Black Americans is a little different. I don't believe that I initially, or my ancestors initially, was from this continent. I absolutely embrace my African origin. But what I'm saying is that when we look at this thing, us today is totally different from our ancestors of 500, 600 years ago, right? And so we have to be very careful because at the end of the day, one of the things that we have to understand is that a lot of our people were just mixed up, right? They mix people up. They forbid certain things, and it started a whole different thing. So my point of what I'm getting to is that we are not the same people we was 500 years ago. Genetically, yeah, we are, but we have adapted and even created our own culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we agree.
So,
yeah, totally.
Yeah, we totally agree.
So, yeah. So what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, what I respect is that we can uphold what we created.
Yeah, agreed.
So what I'm looking at now, let's build on that. Let's elevate it, right? We had to elevate this on the way where we start equipping ourselves with financial literacy and scientific literacy.
Yeah.
Which I know all y'all about.
Yeah.
So thank you for allowing me on your platform. And peace.
I want to ask you one question, good brother, and I respect everything that you said. But when you say Hebrew consciousness, are you a Hebrew?
No, he said Hebrew.
No, Hebrew.
Oh.
Reggie is ready
I
for all the smoke.
apologize.
Calm down, Reggie.
No, I apologize. You know, I'm like you.
Reggie.
I'm 60 years old.
So hold on. So
yeah, we gotta have our
Haru conscious.
Haru consciousness. Thank you. I'm sorry.
So you identify yourself as FBA? Is that what you're saying?
No, not exactly. Because
not exactly. Let me say this. Hold on.
The reason why I say FBA is because I believe that this country was built out of blood, sweat, and tears of my ancestors.
All right, hold that point. Hold that point. Hold on. I'm saying being a Black American and an African American describes just that we was the foundation, right? Part of this foundation to build America. That's you just explained a Black American. We don't got to keep making up terms and end up founding pseudosciences, bro. You think about that though.
Like African American was enough. Why do we have to be foundational?
Yeah, Black Americans, we are the foundation.
Yeah,
like
being African American is already
the foundation.
Enough, right? That's enough said.
That's in the definition of who. If you say who is a Black American or who is an African American, they're going to say those that was caught up in the transatlantic slave trade and brought to the Americas, right? And not as large a numbers as was in the Caribbean. And they're going to say we was on breeding farms. They don't call them breeding farms, but they actually bred us, and we got the documentation to prove that. That's why we know it ballooned, right?
That's
but
how
we
mine
worked for
got
free.
here.
We worked for free labor. All right, we worked, right? And we do reparations on that. Simple as that. That's what an African American is. Now, you get people from Nigeria that come in after the 1800s, and that next generation or something become African Americans. No problem. But when it comes time to get that reparations, the money wouldn't go to them because they're not at the foundation. You get it? It's simple. And if me and you can talk about that, the people that's got the money, if they was to pay us, these lawyers, they're gonna make stipulations to it. They're gonna say, we only deal with the African Americans that was part of the foundation. So watch this. It's damn near a trick for a person to say we should call ourselves FBA, we the foundation, and then give you the indigenous Black people that was already here, Native Americans, right? And the Africans that was enslaved and created ethnogenesis. Bro, you scamming.
You scamming.
You scamming.
And division among the groups that was already here.
You can cause division for no reason.
No reason. And that's why you have conversations like, I'm sorry, brother Haru. But I'm sorry. Have you ever heard it in a conversation in a room? Because we all agree what you're saying, but you ever been in the FBA room and hear how negative they are about Black Caribbeans? You ever hear any of that negativity?
Well, I see. I'm not a traditional FBA. Like
I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying
I got
I don't know what other people's views are. I'm a humanitarian, and at the end of the day,
they say you lie down with dogs, you walk with fleas.
You know what I'm saying, right? Them rooms be crazy, yo. The conversation switched up.
No,
I thought we were talking about getting our money. What happened? I'm just trying to get my check, man.
Heavy consciousness. Where can you direct me to anything that's written about?
He said he's not that. He said he don't do that for real, yo.
Well, hero consciousness. So again, why can't you just call yourself a Black American, an African American?
I do.
So why you call yourself FBA? Some fake term.
No, well, listen. If you hear me out, I think I've explained it very clear. I think that I don't think I absolutely know. That my ancestors of 500, 600 years ago.
Man, tell that man you FBA. Don't be scared of Reggie.
No, man, stop, man. Listen, hear me out. My ancestors of 500, 600 years ago have absolutely helped build this motherfucking country. And so at the end of the day, I'm not talking about that I'm some kind of Indian or nothing like that. I just realized that 500 years there's certain genetic mutations that happen. In fact, between parent and child, this is a fact. You can look it up. Between parent and child, there's about 40 mutations, right? That happens in each you know generation, right? So
Okay,
every
Harold Consciousness, I heard you, but I want you to answer this question. Where in the history of the people that you are talking about did they ever call themselves foundational Black Americans?
well, no, that's a new term.
Okay,
That's the
so then
same
why are you
thing,
going with the new
like
term?
Same thing like Pan-African is. The same thing like anything we call ourselves. We are up to date. We are living in 2025, right?
Oh no,
We're in
No,
the
no,
21st
no,
century,
no,
bro.
no, no.
I'm
You
just
so
saying.
he
you have
think that's the up
one
to
right
date.
now
A lot
I
of the
get it.
for a
terminology
new
that we're
term.
using is up to date, right?
No, it's not up to
No,
date
it's not
because
actually up to date.
Semantics, James. I mean, I'm just saying.
it's
No,
not
it's
up to
not up to
date.
date. It's
About
not up to date.
It's an N word.
disappointed about
Nobody
my
accepts it.
response.
Where is it?
Hold on, Ray. Come on, man. Take it down two
I'm
notches.
just, I'm
Friends.
just trying to be
Friend.
fair.
You friend. Hey, Haru, listen. It's not an up-to-date term. So if you have a word, right, in the definition, say blase blip blip blibby. That's the definition, right?
Yeah.
You have a term, and the term means blase blah blah blizzard. Then you come years later and say, we blase blip blip blizzard. He's like, wait a minute, we already got a term for blase blah blah blizzard. It means that. So foundational African American literally means foundation or those who was enslaved and helped build America. That's our part of our identity right there. There's no way around it. We was enslaved, right? Africans brought to America. We developed a whole new culture, yo. We're a whole new vibe, bro. We African Americans, bro. So much so that people even forget about Africa. Think about that, yo. We just represent to say that, yes, we don't want to forget about Africa. We recognize that too, that our deep ancestry come from Africa, but we also recognize that America is our home too, and that we are African Americans, Black Americans, and we Black and we fucking proud. And we so proud that we ain't forgot our history, and we ain't forgot the culture that we built that everybody want to follow. We don't need a half-bit pimp to make up some shit, make it up, put pseudo shit in the history, make 3 documentaries of pseudo history,
right.
then say, I ain't delete other shit. Get the fuck out of here. Like we stupid now.
Right.
You play this,
Right.
and then what you did was, I'm going to speak to what you said, Port City, that there was a foundation with Yvette and them. They was trying to, trying to work and build some things together, and and trying to, and Tariq get in there, try to take their shit, want to have separate rallies, and took like I can't believe people can't see it.
Yeah.
Now he got his own thing with his own. I've been to the conferences. First of all, they're just gatherings of healthy African Americans, Black Americans getting together. He bringing speakers, right? Bringing pseudo speakers. He don't bring no top notch. He brings pseudo speakers, right? And they get his wild ass. I was there, and it was a super spreader event, guy. In the middle of COVID, nobody had on masks. Hundreds of people in this damn same room talking crazy, but it was healthy. It had commerce and trade. Had things. It wasn't negative. I'm not gonna say that. They just was anti-vaxxers too, all of them for the most part. I'm saying, dude, this man has created an unhealthy group of African Americans talking wow.
Oh yeah, to each other now.
Man, stop that. Like we not never doing that.
Let that sink in.
Because I'm not never mad at a Caribbean American. I'm not never mad at a Pan-African. That's 2 separate things, first of all. You can be a Caribbean and be a and then you get mad at indigenous. I'm not mad at continental Africans neither. Unless if they get slick, yo, I can get super flip with them. And any of them, if a continental African, if a Caribbean, if from Britain, if any of them start talking wild about how African Americans ain't this and ain't that, yo, then I'm gonna roar up like a lion, right? Like a lion, like dude, hold on, bro. Like we're very important in the grand scheme of the African diaspora. What the hell you talking about? We created these ideas y'all talking about, bro. Yeah. And the hell with going back to African, I'm right here. See, I can say all that and still know that you always need allies. We just like to pick and choose our allies. And we don't like to be tricked with a whole bunch of fake ass bullshit that Tariq came up with. Now, if y'all can't sit here and realize that's some bullshit, you got to be kidding me at this point, yo. And I ain't even tripping. That's some bullshit right there.
I would like to add this. Haru,
that's some bull. And Haru said he's not really that. So you can't put the weight.
I'm not getting on Haru at all.
The pseudo movement on Haru. He ain't doing it.
Real quick before you go, people just like to cut the African part out and put it to the side. That's what's going on. Go ahead, Reggie.
Can I speak? So Haru consciousness, unconscious, he said that it's an up-to-date term.
Yeah, that's not true.
Okay, watch this. It's an up-to-date term, but all of the foundational so-called Black Americans or ancestors, they're here, they died, right? You are not a foundational Black American. You are not that because they all died. What you is a descendant of the original group of Black Americans.
Damn, Reggie crazy.
They all died. They all died. The foundational Black, the great foundational Black who you say built this country.
Yeah, they kind of not here with us.
They're all dead.
That so first generation gone.
Whose skin are you wearing?
Huh?
Whose skin are you wearing?
Whose skin am I wearing? Human skin.
The ancestors. What you saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
My parents, my mother and father.
Exactly.
Nigerian skin.
They represent the gene pool,
surviving
gene pool.
No, but that doesn't work in law. That doesn't work in law.
Listen to me. I'm just trying to prove a point. You are rocking the skin of your mother, correct?
Yeah. Genes. I agree. We're rocking the gene pool of
what
our
does
ancestors.
matter with
what I'm
what
saying
does that
is
matter?
my African roots. But you have to understand, we have been in this country for 500 years, and you're looking at a lot of admixture.
We get that.
Yeah, we get that. No problem.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not foundational, because they're all dead.
Reggie just to the point.
All I'm telling you, though, listen what I'm saying to you. You are absolute descendants, right? This country was built on the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors. So why the fuck do you want to leave?
No one's talking about leaving.
Oh no, I agree with you, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Bro, you getting confused, yo.
I'm with you. No one's trying to leave or relocate.
Yeah, that sound crazy. I'm African. I'm not leaving this.
But it's like that little bit of time. Hold on, let me finish real quick. Let me finish. That little bit of time that we had enslaved, we had like that's all. We're foundational Black Americans. We got more time like that. We got more time in Africa as a I don't understand. Like, don't get it twisted. I love the contributions, and you're right, man. We definitely put blood, sweat, tears into this shit.
Yeah, yesterday has spent no time in Africa.
We cut the African part off. I think we get to the point where after a couple of years, we like, man, we don't gotta call ourselves African no more. We're foundational Black Americans. And that's the part I don't sit right with.
They're all dead.
I'm just saying, bro. Every last one of us
conscious or the foundational Black Americans all dead. Wait, Hero conscious.
Every last one of us on this chat right now.
Hero conscious or the foundational Black Americans all dead. Answer that question.
You are used to the Americas.
Hero conscious. Foundational Black Americans.
Hey, Reggie, let him talk. Let him talk. Let him talk. Go ahead.
You gonna answer my question?
No, but you
what's the question you asked?
I was asking him, are the foundational Black Americans, are they all dead? Yes or no?
Of course they are, but I'm saying we're the descendants.
And what are we?
Dead. So you're just
hold on, but what are we? If we are the descendants,
of the enslaved Africans from the transatlantic.
Right. So hold on, Dr. Reggie, or Mr. Reggie. I don't even know what you call yourself. But I'm gonna respect you enough to say that,
Brother
Mr. Reggie.
Brother Reggie.
All right, Brother Reggie. All right,
Is it
peace.
Dr. Reggie on you?
I'm just saying. Listen, check this out, brother. All I'm saying to you is that we are descendants of foundational Black Americans. And at the end of the day, the answer is we're going to mass migrate back to Africa. Where are we going to do that?
Why
hold on. We're not talking about going back to Africa.
No one, why he's saying that.
No. I'm just explaining my position.
No. I think we reached like a snag. If we can figure out what you just said it 3-4 times now, I think we can get to the crust of the conversation. Why you keep saying in the last 20 minutes, last half an hour, we don't want to go back to Africa. Take your ass back to Africa. Yeah.
No. I said.
What is the reasoning behind that? What prompts you to say this?
Listen,
how
brother,
is this? Go ahead, explain that. Just stay there. No. I want you to stay right there. Why you keep saying it in the midst of this conversation?
I am staying right there. Let me explain it.
Explain why you keep saying we won't go back to Africa. You gotta have a point.
I said I'll answer you, right?
Hmm?
Okay, so let me answer you.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I said was, and what I meant by that is this. Here's the thing, though. I already explained it. Our ancestors, right, built this country with their blood, sweat, and tears.
Gotcha.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't go to Africa, and actually, a lot of us are taking.
Wait, you gotta stop again. You're getting off track. You're getting off track.
No, I'm not.
You just said it again without answering it. You just said it again. You just said it again. You was like, I ain't going back to Africa. Hold on, explain why you keep saying to go back to Africa, though. What?
Who's telling us to go back to Africa?
Well, this is the thing. You get white supremacy or the racist folk that say go back to Africa.
Okay, we heard that. Keep going. Why do you keep saying it?
Hold on.
Why you keep saying we don't want to go back to Africa?
I didn't say we don't want to go back to Africa.
No, you keep saying you. What you say?
I didn't say I didn't want to go back.
It's this back to Africa talk that you keep
saying back to Africa. Yo, we don't want to go back there.
We're ready to go to Africa and go see it for ourselves.
We ain't even said that on here though.
No, bro. What I'm saying is you never heard me once say that.
Who is this indigenous black man in the chat? You can come up here too, bro. Like you got some shit to say.
He ain't never coming up here.
I'm just saying. I don't want my words twisted because I never once said what you just said.
No, you never said you wanted to go back to Africa. You in this conversation, I said that's the crust. You keep saying, we don't want to go back to Africa. Ain't none of us up there saying anything about going anywhere near Africa.
I never look. That's not what I was trying to say.
Do you think the Pan-African movement is a gotta go back to Africa movement?
Listen. That's far beyond what I'm talking about.
Hold on, let me rewind this.
Listen. Let me just say this to y'all. What I think is this: Pan-Africanism can really take off if it applies more education as far as financial literacy, right? And STEM, which is scientific literacy. We can go very far with that. We could actually write history in advance by teaching our babies these things, instead of sitting around here arguing about whose God is real or not. Because meanwhile, the rest of the world is creating a future right before us. So I'm not playing with anybody with this thing.
But we're not talking about any of those things that you're talking about.
No, what I'm saying is that's my position. If you want to know my position on things, that's my position.
Okay, so can you agree with me that foundational Black Americans are all?
Hold on, Reggie, freeze. No, I'm not gonna let him get off the hook. No. Hold on. Nope. Hold on. We had a brain fault. We all brains just fell out our brains trying to hear the hell you saying. Here, I want to show this. Let me show this. Man, where is it? I think we need to get right. Hold on. All right, I think we need to be right here. Let me play this again so we see what
not the replay.
a snag. If we can figure out what you just said it 3-4 times now, I think we can get to the crux of the conversation.
Or Mr. Reggie, I don't even know what you call yourself. But I'm going to respect you enough to say that.
Brother Reggie. Brother Reggie.
All right, Brother Reggie. All right, peace.
Dr. Reggie on you.
I'm just saying. Listen, check this out, brother. All I'm saying to you is that we are descendants of foundational Black Americans. And at the end of the day, the answer is we're going to mass migrate back to Africa. Where are we going to do that?
Hold on. We're not talking about going back to Africa.
Why he's saying that?
No. I'm just explaining my position.
No. I think we reached like a snag. If we can figure out what you just said it 3-4 times now, I think we can get to the crux of the conversation. Why you keep saying in the last 20 minutes, last half an hour, we don't want to go back to Africa? Take your ass back to Africa. Yeah.
No. I said.
What is the reasoning behind that? What prompts you to say this? There you go, right there, Haru. We trying to find that answer. That's it, right there. You know why you keep saying that?
On your rerun back,
yeah.
I never once said that we don't want to go back to Africa.
What you say?
I didn't say that.
What you say?
And nowhere on your what you just played said that I said that.
You did.
No, I did not. I did not say we don't want to go back to Africa.
What you say?
I did not say that.
All right, hold on. Let's do it one more time. We'll get it right. I don't want to mischaracterize.
Yeah, play it.
You're a good dude. You said something about back to Africa. We're gonna get it. Don't worry about it. We got time. Shit, we ain't got nothing else better to do around this
motherfucker. I'm gonna explain my premise on that.
Here you go.
Where we going to do that?
Oh, here you go.
Hold on.
I'm just saying. Listen, check this out, brother. All I'm saying to you is that we are descendants of foundational Black Americans. And at the end of the day, the answer is we're going to mass migrate back to Africa. Where are we going to do that?
All right, that's what you said. We're going to mass migrate back to Africa.
Mass migrate.
That's what you said.
So what country are you going to? That you know.
No, that's not the plan, though, my dude.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
That's not the plan. Whose plan is that?
Yeah, whose plan is that? Is that your plan? I don't know what you're talking about. That's not an African American plan.
Whose plans are those?
All the African diaspora, they're gonna mass migrate back to Africa. Where?
What? Ain't nobody mass migrating back to Africa. That's why we don't understand the conversation.
We stuck where we at right now, bro. So we all have to survive. That's why you have these groups coming out.
We ain't even stuck. Yo, we built this, man. We took it, man. We fought in every war, man. We fought in World War I, World War II. We was the Buffalo Soldiers. We killed the Indians. We did all that.
So again, brother, you agree with my premise. Why should I go anywhere?
Right.
No one's telling you to do that.
African, hey yo, 99% of most African Americans agree to that.
I have citizenship. I have equal rights in this country.
And you deserve them. We all do.
We all agree to that though, bro. Man, hold on. I get it now. Tariq be having people stuck on crazy.
Yeah,
Hey, Haru, listen. Haru, watch this. Haru. Everything you said, Haru. Everything you said, I agree with you. I ain't gonna speak for everybody else. We got sit, that's my mantra, yo. Like, nigga, I ain't going back to no motherfucking Africa but to visit and catch some old history. Go back to some old ancient caves in South Egypt. I mean, I'm stuck in.
I might go, South but I ain't really like forced to go.
Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. I'm saying I might want to do some investing, right, on the world stage in Africa, right? I might want to put some already putting programs in Africa. Juju on our way back right now to build a fucking program in that, because that's what philanthropy does. Am I saying right? Philanthropy, right? African Americans can be philanthropists. African Americans can give back to the continent, right? They can do that. and not want to live in a motherfucker.
Right. And
you
establish
can
a
live there.
network.
You can have a summer home in Africa. You can do all the shit the white people do. I
You
want
can
y'all to know
network
that.
with your black brothers and sisters without even stepping foot over there.
Yeah, you can do all that. So ain't nobody, the African Americans doesn't mean you want to go back to Africa, yo. It means that you are the foundation to America, and you want to be able to do what all free people do, whatever the hell you want to do. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not going to let a pseudo who can't even make movies that's historically accurate tell me any goddamn thing. Fix that shit first.
And it's about black people doing whatever they want to do in America, black people doing whatever they want to do in Brazil, black people wanted to do whatever that fucking boat dropped us off at. And I'm not going to cut my African off and put it to the side and forget about the other ones. I just can't do that. That's not the Pan-African.
Like the Irish, they call themselves Irish American. Can we be the Italians American? They talk about Italy, and we talk about a continent. The only reason we talk about a continent is because we don't know where the hell we came from. You ever thought about that? If I knew exactly where I came from, I wouldn't say I'm an African American. How about that? I would say I'm a American. You know what I'm saying? Wherever that is in Africa, right? I would say that. The reason we say African Americans because there is no test that can take you back to your tribe and clan, bro. That's why. That's why we say African American. We embrace the whole thing, but we as African Americans are smart enough to know that I'm not an Egyptian. I'm not a Northeast African. I'm a Western Central African. And I'm also smart enough to know that Egypt is in Africa and they practice traditional African culture, Northeast African style. You get that, bro? See, we very intelligent, bro. We sharp. We made whole music genres, country music, jazz, blues, hip hop. Hell, I don't even know what music form they done made in here. White boy style. I don't know. Maybe classical. We'll give them the classical music. Beethoven. We'll give him that. And then he can fall into the one drop rule. We heard Johnny because he play the one. No, make me play the one drop rule, and everybody black around this motherfucker. See what I'm saying? Yeah. See? Yeah. So nah, man, we ain't trying to go back nowhere, yo. That's crazy, yo. Who told you that? That is kind of the calling card, the FBA, though. What? We right here. Yeah, yo, but that's African American.
No. I'm just saying there's a lot of people that got that mindset that we gonna mass migrate back to Africa.
No, that's some crazy.
Nobody, like that's just not
practical. African American. Your grandmother them never said.
And then we've been so disconnected. We're gonna come over there with a colonized mindset, like us. You know, it's not gonna. We're gonna have issues. So we gotta live where we're at and develop.
Develop this.
Develop where we're at, and then maybe bridge networks with our brothers and sisters and shit.
No, we want to be able to bridge networks because it's profitable. It's beneficial. We want to.
The Europeans do it. Why the fuck we can't?
Yeah, we want to help. We want to. Europeans go back and put. Don't nobody send up the white people going in that motherfucker, putting in water holes and shit and building wells. They don't say nothing to them, and then ease their Christianity right behind this shit. So we might want to build some STEM, right? And ease some black African power in that shit. Look, check this out. You know, white baby trip. Yeah, I mean, we might want to do that. That should be okay, bro. But we do not.
Yeah.
We do not think that we, some indigenous tribe, No, man. No, we got a whole nother thing going on. Yo, we built a whole nother culture, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like we just formed another culture, bro. We was forced migrated, yo. And based off the new topography, based off the new rules and regulations, based off of new survival tactics, yo, based off of mixing and all that, yo. Hey, bro, we formed a one of the most unique cultures that is popped up on planet Earth, yo. Right? Them goddamn African Americans, yo. Some of us vote for goddamn Trump, right? Some of us wanted to vote for Kamala. Some of us say the Egyptians is black, and then the same ones that say the Egyptians is black say Kamala ain't black. We do all kind of shit. Some we atheists, we Christians, we Jehovah's Witnesses, we Muslims, we Sunni, we Shiite, we Moorish Americans. Some of us think we come from ancient Israel. Some of them think we already been here already, yo. What we not gonna keep doing is keep making up stupid shit. And the FBA is some stupid shit. That's what we're gonna stop doing that. We definitely need to stop. Don't we? Wait, we split the thing, yo. Got us fighting. It's like some confusion or some shit. Me and you, we cool. We trying to have a civil conversation. You keep saying go back to Africa. I'm saying, what the hell is this man talking about? I don't want to go. You say I'm a citizen. I say I'm a citizen.
I'm not telling nobody to go back to Africa. All I'm saying is the people that say they go mass migrate back to Africa ain't doing nothing.
Who are you hearing that saying they gonna mass migrate?
That ain't African Americans though, yo. You never hear African Americans say that, yo.
No one. I've never heard like we gonna mass migrate.
You hear some wild groups say that.
It's always like if I ever get an opportunity, I'm gonna go back, and that's what you hear.
That's not an African American.
I get that too, but I get a lot of people that think
that ship has sailed literally long time ago.
Ship
in the sail. We could have had an opportunity to go back, but
yeah, we ain't want to go.
Yeah,
we built Liberia. Am I correct?
Yes.
You
got some African American descendants that's over there now, and they had issues when they got over there after being Americanized for so many years and disconnected. So it's never I think it'd be a big problem for all Black people to go back. You know what I'm saying? At the same goddamn time, I would love to see that shit. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, you got to understand that we've been colonized. They've been colonized a little bit. We have some issues with us. They got some issues with them, and I think getting us together like that that'll take some years to work out. But
ladies and gentlemen,
I don't think nobody's trying to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, foundational Black Americans, our people, our ancestors, are all deceased. These groups of people are descendants stuck in the past, right? Or trying to lead us to a group that was in the past that we honor, but we honor them by the names that they called themselves: Black, colored, Negro, African American, Black Americans, because they called themselves that. That's the least that we can do. Call these groups what they called themselves. And if they called themselves more from the Noble Drew Ali period, or people in Tuskegee, right? Tuskegeans, right? We call them that. This new term is a fake term of our of trying to use the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors to create a fake movement. Foundational Black Americans, respectfully, are our ancestors. You are not our ancestors. Those people need that. You're not our ancestors. You're spookifying. Say what?
I said never claim to be. See, what you're gonna learn about me, Brother Reggie, is you can't leave me with straw man. I'm gonna burn that shit down every time. I never said what you're saying. So
but you call yourself a foundational Black American.
Hold on, brother. You can't define me by what you find on the internet. Let me speak for myself. That's why you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Learn how to listen twice and speak once. You haven't heard me speak. You haven't heard my position on it. You just assume. And that's what
are you a Messiah?
Slow down, brother. I never.
Wait, are you a Messiah? Do you really matter?
I never claimed.
There's a group. There's a group.
Hey,
you
brother,
don't
man,
matter.
take off.
I never claimed to be
brother. You welcome on my show anytime, man. And thank you for having me, Brother Reggie.
And guess what? Hey, Brother I spent enough time. And guess what? I am never going to listen to a fringe person who's not part of the main body who's going to tell me who he is. So, salute, I'm out. I'm never going to listen to a fringe person. Peace.
A whole straw man.
A Messiah. Bye.
Y'all should just debate, Reggie.
Never call myself any of that. Never call myself any of that. That's all projection.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because at the end of the day, I was trying to explain my position as me calling myself a FBA, Foundational Black American. All I'm doing is rocking with my answer. I'm not saying that I absolutely built everything, but I do realize how much contribution that Black folks have done for this country. And at the end of the day, it'd be a disservice for me to dismiss that and not rock with that.
We all agree. I don't think
I know. I think you just bananas. Now you fucking with me. Now I gotta see you fucking with me now.
Come on, man. No, man.
And for a whole hour, I'm saying you fucking with me. You rage bait me, yo.
Yeah, that was a rage bait.
Yeah, you rage bait me now, yo.
All right, y'all, I'm out, man. Make sure y'all follow me, Poor City Vibe, African Center of Consciousness.
Yo, you rage bait me, yo. Ain't nowhere in the world you
No,
can see me. Yeah, come on. You almost got me. I start getting infuriated.
Reggie was up feeling
ready. You got Reggie. He was
fucking ready to debate.
You ran Reggie off, yo. You raised him so bad.
Reggie was already looking for smoke. He was like, anybody.
Hey, Poor City. See, TikTok toughened me up a little bit.
Yeah, TikTok.
I said, they got a new fighting style.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, LaRue, if I wasn't on TikTok lately and really figured it out a little bit, you would have had me. You got Reggie good, yo. Reggie like,
yeah. Yo, you get that?
You got him, yo, with the calm talk. I'm saying, man, you got me replaying shit. I was like,
TikTok, man.
Look, you saying you ain't saying it. I'm saying I ain't saying it.
You got to take the replay.
You almost got me.
That was a rage break.
Good one, yo.
I kept hearing like, all I heard was like, them niggas trying to go back to Africa. That's all I was like, what?
No, man.
No,
hey, Haru. I heard what you saying, Haru.
Hey, yo, you a good one on that one, dog. I'm saying, yo, I agree with you, Haru, 1,000, not 100%. I agree with you 1,000%. You keep saying, I'm like, hey, man,
even this black man said Tariq said he created FBA to sell merch.
Yeah, he really did.
They scammed.
Did a great job with that. I'm not even mad.
I ain't hating on the hustle because everybody hustles.
He just
I ain't knocking it.
Yo. It was good.
I just want to know the mission statement. That's all. I just want to know.
He don't got none of that. No, ain't no mission statement, yo. It ain't that. It's a group of African Americans that like being that like to say they the foundation in their nomenclature because African Americans, Black Americans are the foundation. No one denies that. And anybody that come in after slavery ain't considered the foundation. That's it.
Family, beware of anybody that want to cut that African part off and put it to the side.
Yeah, you don't want to cut that off.
Watch that shit, man.
Guess what? African American and Black American is synonymous.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That's all we need.
It's synonymous.
Only Black American
foundational enough. I gotta go, y'all. I'm out. Peace.
All right, man. Peace. Well, you almost got us. I ain't. Well, you crazy. I like.
Am I right though,
Yeah.
Am I right?
You're right.
Only Black Americans is African descendant.
They all. Yep. They all descended from. Absolutely, bro. For sure.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right, man. We out of here, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for stopping through, man. I know you're the first time call. I appreciate the comments. You almost had me though, bro. You wild.
I love you, bro, man.
All right, bro. Peace.
Man.
All right, man.
Peace.
All right, man. Y'all know what it is. We right here, man. Of course, Gullah knocked out. He be halfway asleep. Gullah, boy. Hey, man, it's a good one, man. 3 hours of content. How we do, man? Got about 100 in the building. Man, big up to everybody that came through. Juju, you ain't getting no sleep. Juju ain't even going to sleep. You gonna sleep when you get to where you going. We got you, Reggie. The bar reloaded, man. We in the building, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. We had you, man. Hemi had your debate on here, Hemi. We're gonna do something. We're gonna make sure make sure you get the how you say it, simulcast. So when Hemi on here when we get to talk. All right. Appreciate everybody in Indigenous Black, man. You know I appreciate you too, man. You know you taught us everything, man. Without Indigenous Black, man, we wouldn't know shit. Boy, you funny. Indigenous Black, man. You just get up here and had a conversation one day, yo. You scared? Big up to Juju, man. Mongo Slave, man. Appreciate you, man. Sadiq, man. Kyle, man. I see you, bro. Appreciate everybody, man. Yeah. Yeah, we doing our thing. We're going to keep doing our thing. You know how we do it, man. All day. Yeah. Keeping it right. Man, y'all listening to, it went from a drive-by to a super drive-by, man. Like and support the channels, man. Support the pseudo killers, man. Support the community skeptics, man. I'm your host, man. Bye, banger, man. Man, producing that content for you, man. Yeah. Yeah, we shooting them with the books, yo. Intellectual gunfighting, man. Appreciate everybody that came through tonight, man. It was a healthy show. No conflict. Conflict resolution has been in full effect. And with that, we out.